Look good to me. Good?
Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, I kind of went through a progression, and I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll. From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
And welcome to another glorious episode of Friday Night Lights here on KTAK. I am, as always, Kevin Shields. I'm joined once again by Sean O'Brate. Tell the people hi, Sean.
Hello there, lovely people. I'm excited to watch some football. How about you, Kevin?
I am very excited. Tonight we'll be bringing you the Riverton Wolverines as they face off against the
Evanston Red Devils.
The Evanston Red Devils coming in 0-2, as are your Wolverines, although in very different fashion, with Riverton, of course, going down last week 49-0 to the defending state champions, and the week before it was 50-13. Whereas what's happened with Du Bois here on the Hampton Inn and Suites pregame show?
Not Du Bois, Evanston.
Oh, excuse me. I got Du Bois on the head.
We just got done watching Du Bois. But yeah, Evanston has lost their last two games by a total of 2 points. So 1 point last week in Utah and the 1 point the week before. This is their first game against a Wyoming opponent, and you know that they are looking to get out ahead early so that they do not have to deal with any close finishes to the rest of this game like they have the last two games.
Well, in both of those games for the Red Devils came down to 2-point conversions. One missed the week before when they scored down 8, and then last week giving it up in the final seconds. Much bigger schools. Evanston's going to come in here and be looking to right the ship, as is Riverton. So we'll be right back with more of the Hampton Inn and Suites pregame show right after this on KTAK.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
And welcome back to the Hampton Inn and Suites pregame show here on KTAK. Reminder, if you're listening to us on 93.9 or KTAK, you can watch this game, including the Hampton Inn Suites pregame show, as well as the Click It or Ticket postgame show and everything in between via YouTube. On our WYO Today channel. That's just open up a browser, go to YouTube, and type in WYOTODAY. Pull it up. Also, we encourage you to download our app. So we're going to be looking at a very interesting game and talking to some people this past week. And earlier today, we did discover that we can expect a heavy dosage of ground and pound from these Red Devils visiting from Evanston.
Yes, that is what they're known for. Last year they actually finished with the 3rd most rushing yards in all of 3A football. That's quite a bit, and this is not going to be any different. So far they're already ranked 2nd in the 3A with 227 yards per game on the ground. So that is going to be the defense's main goal, is to stop this ground and pound. They run a very obvious triple option. Yeah, they run a pretty good college gameplay that you see a lot of successful teams use. So triple options, you may not see it as often perfected, but this team is looking to perfect it and use it to their advantage this year.
All right, and Sean, you had a chance to sit down with Coach Troy Anderson of the Riverton Wolverines earlier this week, and so he's going to tell you a little bit about the season so far and this game today, and we'll join that now.
Coach,
can we be heard?
So far, I know week 0 was that. So what's kind of been the morale around the team? Is it about getting better right now? Is it about fixing previous mistakes?
Yeah, it's a consistent conversation we have inside the coaching staff meetings is, it's hard to rationalize and see from the outside getting an improvement from the fans' perspective, per se. But yeah, that's what we're looking at, staying healthy. I think we're trending to bring back guys, which is always what you want to see at any point in the season, but especially as you're moving towards conference play, you want to be able to get as many guys back as possible. So I think that's really important. I think we're seeing a likelihood of that. And just working on getting better at the fundamentals of football players. Offensively, just being better ball handlers and being disciplined with the ball. Defensively, being better tacklers. I mean, that's a big chunk of defense. So that's what we're spending our time on.
What are some of the positives that you've seen throughout the first 2 weeks, both on offense, defense?
Offensively, I think we saw Dom and Derek really give us a look at what we were really anticipating out of them against the Cody, probably not arguably the best team in the state. So we saw that out of them, the things that we saw last year for sure. Hey, Matt. So we saw that for sure out of them offensively. We see Nick and Ty being very consistent. Cade being really consistent defensively when we look at the weekly totals. Braden being a really great leader on both sides of the ball, especially when we were minus out some of our football intellect off when Jackson's out. That's a big factor for us. We're getting great efforts out of guys like Ryan and Tyree, both on defense. Guys that are still have. I mean, at this point, they still have 2.5 years left, which is really awesome to see them competing at this level. So that's awesome.
Cool. So I know earlier in the year, you and I talked about staying under center a lot, especially to kind of negate some of the negative effects. But we saw, especially in your Cody game, a lot of your best offense comes from the shotgun formation. Is that just because you get a little bit more time, you're not consistently under pressure, or is that?
I think, ideally that's who we wanted to be, and we were probably concerned to have, initially, or maybe unknowing that what it might look like to be in the gun. I've been pretty happy about that. I don't recall, I'm not tracking it like as an offensive tracker, but I don't recall seeing any bad snaps. I actually had one, I think, from up at Powell, but I think one out of 100, that's probably a pretty decent percentage.
It is, yeah. And so what is something that you've really been working on heading into this Evanston game, your first home game?
Yeah, Evanston, it's a big deal, right? It's at home, so it raises the threshold a little bit higher. We're coming off 2 really, really hard wins. The comment to the boys the other week was just like, you've kind of gone through this meat grinder and hardened yourself, and so this is a chance to kind of prove that hardness, if you will. That's kind of where we're at with it. Evanston's a good team. They got us last year. They had a very good start last year. They've been in 2 very close games. They're competitive. Luckily for us, we saw a little bit of what they look like out of Cody, an option style team. So we feel like we maybe have a half week extra prepared on that defensively. They run our structure, a very similar structure defensively. So our guys up front on the offensive side should be somewhat familiar to seeing that. I think we're just looking for a good competitive game that maybe we can push over the line.
Cool, yeah. And so Kevin and I noticed last week you didn't have as many people dressed up, and a lot of your defense was getting, throughout the whole game, they were getting really, really tired. Are you going to have a lot more kids on the sideline this week that are going to be willing to take over some snaps?
I think that's kind of who we see. We're bringing back a couple guys this week, and we probably will. We're at a 3-game week right now. We just finished one last night. We're going to play Friday night, and then we're going to play again Saturday. So that's kind of what we're putting our onus on in regards to that. But I think you might see slightly more voluminous sideline, but you're not going to see massive amounts. We've got a pretty equal distribution, but we're slightly heavier on the lower end side as far as just pure volume of athletes. So that would be it'll probably look pretty similar. I don't know, 25. I don't think we'll reach up into the 30 range, but we'll be in that. These guys are fitness-wise. I talked to the guys at Leadership Lunch today. Fitness-wise, they feel pretty good. I thought they looked fitter this week with a game week underneath their belt, and I thought that and what we're doing, I think, is maintaining that as we get more game weeks under us as well.
Cool. Last question. What can you say about the spirit of this team heading into week 3?
Morale's pretty good. We did team building last week on Thursday. We're going to do team building again this week on Thursday. It's going to be fun. We're trying to keep it enjoyable and a little bit light for them. And it's really easy to get mentally down after a couple hard losses like this. But the conversation I've had with them, the coaches, is that what we've seen these last 2 weeks against 2 really good teams is a striking difference to what we saw in a couple games last year that weren't very we lowered our level of intensity, if you will.
Cool. Well, Coach, good luck this week. I hope you guys pull out the W there.
Thank you, Sean.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it.
And we're back here on KTAK in the Hampton Inn and Suites pregame show. We're going to be right back in just a few minutes, and we'll bring you the Sutherland starting lineup here on KTAK.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help. In Lander and Riverton.
And welcome back to the Hampton Inn and Suites pregame show here on KTAK. A reminder, 93.9 on your radio dial and YouTube, our website, wyotoday.com, or our app, Wyo Today, that you can download on any Android or iPhone device. So now is the time for the Sutherland starting lineups. First on offense for the visiting Evanston Red Devils. At wide receiver, number 8, Carter Randall. At left tackle, number 56, Taryn Hawes. At left guard, number 61, Manning May. At center, number 64, Carson Van Geisen. At right guard, number 77, Braxton Bauer. At right tackle, number 55, Zane Leland. At wide receiver, number 15, Ryan Kohler. In the triple option backfield, you have number 2, the quarterback, Cohen Morrow. At the A-backs, you have number 31, Kai Barker, and number 34, Gio Cervantes. And at the B-back, you have number 26, Brady Roberts. Continuing the Sutherland starting lineups with the visiting Red Devils defense. Number 55, defensive end, Zane Leland. At nose tackle, number 77, Braxton Bauer. At defensive end, number 9, Aiden Lakety. At Devil linebacker, number 85, Carter Blair. At Sam linebacker, number 26, Brady Roberts. At Bandit linebacker, number 2, Cohen Morrow. At Will linebacker, number 31, Kai Barker. At Dog linebacker, number 4, Cole Robinette. At the corners, you've got number 34, Gio Cervantes, and number 8, Carter Randall. And at safety, you have Drew Barker. We'll be right back with your Wolverine starting lineups here on the Hampton Inn pregame show here on KTAK.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Moreland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Riverton's Hampton Inn and Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
And welcome back to KTAK in the Hampton Inn and Suites pregame show. We now bring you the Sutherland starting lineups for your Riverton Wolverines. First on defense, at defensive end, Ryan Cox. And by the way, a lot of guys got new numbers tonight, so that's why we're not giving the numbers yet, because we're going to have to discover that as we go. At nose guard, Xavier Garcia. At defensive end, Bryce Mason. In the middle, in the mid linebacker, DeVries Parker. His outside linebackers are going to be Zarek Prosser and Branson Saltzgaver. Out. Also in the backfield, we're going to have Braden Vincent, Talon Thoman, Ty Sheets, Cade Gabrielson, and Nick McIntosh. On the offensive side, first the big boys up front. You've got at left tackle, Lyric Gordon. At left guard, Zarek Prosser. At center, Nathan Mills. At right guard, Ryan Cox. At right tackle, Xavier Garcia. And at tight end, Branson Saltzgaver. In the backfield at QB, you will have Derek DeVries. At halfback, Braden Vincent. At tailback, Dominic Payne. And the wideouts will be Ty Sheets, Nick McIntosh, and Cade Gabrielson. As always, your Wolverines are coached by Troy Anderson. We will be right back. We've got just under 7 minutes. We'll be right back as the Marching Wolverine Band will be playing the national anthem here on KTAK.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
My name is Sarah.
And welcome back to KTAK, now your Riverton Wolverine Marching Band with the national anthem. Thank you to the Riverton Wolverines and their chorus or choir giving us the national anthem there. And we will be right back with kickoff and some scores around Fremont County here on KTAK.
I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Gourmet pizza in a flash. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton makes your pizza to order. Order online at papamurphys.com or in store. Delicious, fresh-made pizza just the way you want it. Papa Murphy's is a proud supporter of local student athletes.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
All right, and welcome back here on KTAK and Riverton Wolverine football. Some scores of note around the county so far with 8:16 left in the second quarter. From Kimmerer, the Thermopolis leads 20-14. And the junior varsity final from Powell that the Lander Valley Tigers went up to, Lander Valley falls 32-0. So now, once again, we missed the one thing in my mind, Sean, that I wanted to keep in my mind, which was the coin toss and who won it.
I believe it was Riverton winning it and deferring.
Okay, well, we shall find out.
And we shall find out shortly.
We shall find out. We've got some rain in the area. It definitely feels like football weather. Would be nicer if it was a wee bit drier, but we are nice and toasty warm up here in the press box.
Yes, we are.
So ready for Riverton's home opener, looking to improve on a 1-7 season from last year. Not off to the greatest of starts, but much heftier competition, if you will. This game could be quite quick as far as on the clock, simply because Evanston is going to look to keep the ball on the ground. In fact, their radio play-by-play personnel told me that they didn't know if they would even get 70 yards in the air.
That's because they just love their triple option. It works for them really well. It so far hasn't gotten them the wins they wanted on the record book, but it has gotten them quite a bit of appreciation, and it puts fear in in the defenses that they play, because they know they can rack them up and rack them up fast. I love the song choice here. We're going to see some great band performance this halftime show, as band director Peaks has promised a full season of the best of Journey, which is one of my favorite bands, so that'll be a fun time.
Well, my daughter down there on the clarinet, so of course I'm going to pay attention to it. And we're also going to bring you some of their performance at half. If they do perform, I don't know if they will. With the rain coming down, I don't even know if the woodwinds are out there, because rain becomes very nasty with woodwinds and always has in the past. So I don't know if they're out there or not, but I do see clarinets, so they must be. So Riverton will kick off. Lining up to kick off is number 2 as usual. Excuse me, that's not number 2. I'm
22.
trying to find the roster. Or the right roster, number. And the kick is off. 2 deep back. It's going to land with the up back at around the 15. He's at the 20, cutting to his left at the 25. Missed tackle. He gets all the way to 30 before he is absolutely leveled by number 50. I do believe that being Ryan Cox. So good return of 15 yards by the up back, who fielded it right about the 10 and got out to the 30. I think they're going to give him the 30-31 yard line as they take a towel to the ball. It is a wet, rainy night now. It's only 15% chance, so hopefully this stops. Hopefully it's not one of those 15% chances where we see it off and on all night, because that will definitely favor the Evanston Red Devils, who want to keep it on the ground anyway. But they are going out of the gun with 4 wide, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Quarterback Morrow in the backfield. Signals for the man, Carter Randall, to go in motion. He's going to roll to his right after the snap, and he's going to throw complete to Randall. Randall's at the 42. I think they're probably going to give him about the 43 and a 1st and 10 with 11:45 to go in the first quarter.
And what do you know? We were predicting run, and right off the bat they throw a pass for about 12 yards. So maybe this quarterback's going to attempt a little bit more passing than you think.
A triple option team comes out in 4-wide shotgun. So
I think this could be a sign that maybe they're going to try something different early, and if it doesn't work, they have the running game to rely on.
Spotted at the 42, now back into the I formation with 2 wideouts. Morrow's going to take the snap, and he is going to hand off, and that's going to be a gain of roughly 3 by number 26. That would be Brady Roberts, number 26, with the roughly 3-yard gain, right at 3-yard gain. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7 from the 45 of Evanston.
And that's exactly what we were expecting. Just run up the middle. They like to run it up the gut, and let's see what they do here.
Coming back out into the gun, he's got 1 protecting back. I think that is Brady. He's got 4 wide again on this 2nd and 7. Man goes in motion. Morrow's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to his left, and he's looking deep and to nobody. Bad confusion between Morrow there and Dylan Lighty, number 5. I think
number
somebody
8
was confused.
I think number 5 ran a little too far.
Yeah,
and number
someone
8
was supposed
turned.
to cut out, I think, and they did not. So that'll bring up 3rd and 7. What a way to start a game if Riverton could get not a 3 and out, but give up 1 first down and then get the next 3 downs out of the way. So here we go, 3rd and 7 from the 45 of Evanston with 10:31 to play in the first quarter. Evanston is going to go from a modified pistol formation, so he's in the gun with 2 backs behind him, 2 wideouts, 1 to each side. He's going to go on the option. He's going to cut in. He's at the 50 and then down for the first down. Not great mental awareness, or should I say discipline there, in staying with your man and cutting the ball off. Both of them went to the pitch guy, and that means a first down at the 46-yard line of Riverton, and it now means instead of getting off the field, we've got to drive.
Yeah, and this quarterback has some legs, and he is not going to stop running on the first tackle, so these Wolverines are going to learn how to tackle.
Morrow in the wishbone now. 2 A-backs, 1 B-back. A-back's going to go in motion, but they're going to keep it with Morrow. He squirts away from one guy, but gets about a yard as gang tackling then caught up to him. Had nobody fooled on the fake to the B-back.
That is how you're going to have to be able to get these guys down. They are not easy to tackle, and I promise you that it's not going to get any easier, especially with the rain.
All right, couple substitution. Evanston huddling is 9:44, 9:43 in the first quarter here.
Time's already passing by. That's been 3 running plays in a row here now. Well, 2 running plays in a row here now, and it's going to be a fast clock, like you said.
Morrow coming to the line in the option. 2 A's, 1 B, and a tight end standing in the slot. A-back goes in motion, and he gets it. We'll get who it is.
Ooh.
And he's absolutely hammered his number 3, and we've got to go all the way into the freshman for Sterling Bragg there. Number 3, the running back on that play, and that'll bring it up to 3rd and 8 here from the Riverton 42. A chance to potentially get a stop here.
And he was just wrapped up really well by number 3 on Riverton, Braden Vincent. Just wrapped up right around the waist. That's exactly how you want to tackle.
Morrow now for Evanston is going to go out of the eye. He's got 2 wide receivers, 1 up top, 1 down low for him. Out of the eye, it's going to be a toss sweep to number 44. And he is just ate up in the backfield for a 2.5-yard loss. Gang tackling work there. I don't know who got first contact. Were you able to lay eyes on that?
I don't believe so. That was, I think, number 20.
Well, it was a pitch to number 44. We're going deep in the Evanston lineup here. Number 44 is, I'm trying to find it, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. Number 44 is Gabe Hutchinson. And so we're now at 4th and 9 after the 2-yard loss. They are going to line up to punt. It looks to be a little bit of a modified punt safe. Sean, who has Riverton got back there to receive this?
Looks like it's Ty Sheets.
Sheets back. He's standing at his 7. Snap is good. Punt is high and long, and it is going to bounce. And, it's going to come back in, and it's going to be down at the 4-yard line, 4.5-yard line. We'll call it the 5. So Riverton on offense on this rainy night here at Riverton High School will start with 1st and 10 on their own 5. We'll be back on KTAK.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
All right, welcome back here to Riverton Wolverine football. Current score is 0-0 with 7:47 left in the first after the Riverton defense made one heck of a stop. DeVries is in the gun with one protecting back. He's got 4 wide, 2 to his right, 2 to his left. He's going to be going left to right on your radio dial. Snap, and they're going to hand it off. No, they're not. Derek DeVries kept it. He's going to his right. He's at the 20, 25, 30. 34-yard line is where he's forced out of bounds. What a great fake. Had me just going all sorts of directions. And gets it all the way. They're going to say he stepped out right about the 30. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Riverton after the 25-yard gain.
Yeah, you're not alone. That faked me out. I had the camera going with Dom to the right, and next thing I know, everyone's chasing Derek on the left. That was a spectacular fake, like you said.
DeVries coming back out in the gun. He's got one man back. I'm guessing that's probably Dominic Payne. Can't really tell from here.
Yes, it is.
They've got 2 wide receivers, 2 on the outs and 2 in the slots. DeVries is going to take it. He's going to look to his right, and he's going to throw it complete at about the 34-yard line. That is where they will spot it. It was completed to Ty Sheets. Gain of 4 to bring up 2nd and 6 with 7:26 left in the first quarter.
Well, hey, Ty's leg looks a little bit better. He's not cramping yet, and I think that it's pretty obvious that he's been working on his speed and his his hands every single day.
Well, and hopefully it won't affect him this week. They don't have the temp for cramping. God knows they have the humidity. It's 100% humidity as it's raining. DeVries in the gun. This time his protector, Dominic Payne, is going to line up to his right. Man goes in motion as he had 4 wide receivers. It's going to be an end-around handoff to Ty Sheets. He's at the 40, gets up to about the 44-yard line, and that will be good enough, way good enough for a first down for your Wolverines.
That was a gnarly hit that number 55 put on him. He was gang tackled by 55 and number 26, I believe.
That would be Zane Leland and Brady Roberts on the stop. But right now, Riverton having their best first drive of the season already.
Definitely.
It's been much better than the past 2 weeks here at home. DeVries in the gun, same formation, but they're going to send Ty Sheets in motion. Bobbled by DeVries, so he does wisely just to eat it and try and get what he can. And it looks like they're going to give him no yards on the carry, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was just a mixed-up snap there. Ty Sheets ran a little bit late, and it looked like it actually clipped Ty's helmet on the way to Derek. I'm just glad that Derek was able to get a hand on it. And you're right, just a smart move to just go ahead and bum rush forward, try and get a yard. He did not. He got right at 0 yards.
DeVries in the gun, 4 wide, protecting back Dominic Payne on his left. They're going to get encroachment, so that'll help out the Wolverines as number 55 jumps across the line, the left defensive end. And that will add 5 yards to it, make it 2nd and 5, so much better being ahead of the sticks here.
Yes, this is exactly what they used to their advantage against Powell. Got them at least 1 score, if I'm not mistaken. They did have a couple encroachment and false starts to help them out on their drives that got down the field. Let's see what they do here.
They're going to set up 2nd and 5 here. This time DeVries is lining up under center, offset I in the backfield with 2 wide receivers. He's going to hand it to Dominic Payne there, and he is going to be really, really close to the first down at the Evanston 46. Let's see where they spot it. One of the officials is pointing forward saying it's a first down, and they are indeed. So another first down for your Riverton Wolverines at the 46 of Evanston.
This
is by far the best drive.
This might be one of the best drives we've seen all year, not just the best first drive of the year.
Under center again is DeVries with the offset eye. This time it offset to his left. 2 receivers, 1 on each side. He's going to hand off again to Dominic Payne. Dominic Payne is going to get thrown for a loss, and he ran backwards on top of that, but there is a flag. It's in the vicinity of what I would assume is holding.
Yeah, he threw it right when the defensive lineman got into the backfield and threw down the offensive lineman. So let's see who.
They're looking over at the Evanston sideline, so it's definitely going to be against Riverton. It looks like they're saying they're going to take it, and I don't know why.
It'd be a 4-yard loss.
No, it's a spot foul, so it is a holding against Riverton, which is going to back them up depending on where it was, and they're going to say it was pretty far back. So instead of being at the 46-yard line where 1st and 10 was of Evanston, it's now going to be 1st and
20.
22 almost.
Yeah, 1st and 22.
1st and 22 at the 44-yard line of Riverton. So
no, 1st and 20.
First and
20, right on the dot there.
So 1st and 20. DeVries in the offset eye. He's going to look to pass. Someone coming right at him. They get it off to number 3.
Oh, wow.
He's got an opening. He gets to his left. He's looking free. He's looking to get it all back. He's at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. And down to the 18-yard line is Braden Vincent, the senior wide receiver. Little toss in the backfield, little short pass, and Braden Vincent just breaks it loose all the way down. They're going to spot him all the way down to the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 Wolverines.
That play looked like it was going nowhere. He got the ball in the backfield and was immediately gobbled up by 2 Evanston defenders, and he just made a bunch of people miss on the way to the 17-yard line.
DeVries now in the gun. He's got 2 out wide to his right, 1 out left, 1 protecting back. Clock rolls at 5 minutes, 4:59 and counting. Taken out of the gun, and the handoff is going to go off tackle, and we see another flag in the vicinity of holding. That handoff was to
Dominic Payne.
Dominic Payne. These uniforms are hard to see. They're kind of South Carolina-esque.
It's just black on red with very little white.
It's like a crimson on black and crimson and some white mixed in. And it is going to be a holding. So it's going to be against Riverton. It's going to set up 1st down
another
at
1st
the
and
27.
20. So another 1st
so
and 20.
So it'll be 1st and 20 here. Let's see if they can duplicate the success they had last time on 1st and 20. 4:49 left in the first quarter. DeVries out of the gun. He's got 2 wide receivers. Now they're up top to his left. Man goes in motion. Snap. They fake the end around. DeVries is going to keep it. He's going to try and go off tackle, and he's going to gain about 4 or 5.
That's exactly what they like to run.
I think they're spotting him right at about 5 yards. No, it's going to be right at 4 yards. So about 4.5 yards on the play. It'll set up a 2nd down and 16. So set up 2nd and 16 from the Evanston 23-yard line. 4:08, Riverton on a 3-minute drive, 3 minutes some change drive right now. DeVries from the gun takes it. He's going to look to his right. He's going to throw it complete. No, it's going to be incomplete after a major hit. That was attempted to go to Nick McIntosh, who could not hold on.
And McIntosh was one of our players of the game last week. He has some excellent hands, but this rain does not help.
Dude, he was popped. I mean, let's just say that he took a Bill Goldberg-like spear in the back.
It doesn't help when it is raining, though, and that is something
it doesn't. DeVries coming out now. 3rd and 15 from the 23 is what they're going to mark it as. It's more like call it 16 because it's long 15. DeVries in the gun. Looking to keep this drive from stalling. He's looking to pass. Goes over the middle. Ooh. It is caught. Caught at the 7. It's right at the marker by number 5, Cade Gabelson. He took a licking but kept on ticking. The old Timex commercial. And they are going to signal 4th down and about 2 feet.
And you want to talk about getting popped. He got popped right in the middle of his back, and he still was able to hold on to the ball. Props to Cade. And they're going to go for it, it looks like, on 4th and inches.
Oh, absolutely you do, especially with the season thus far. So 4th down, they're going to call it 4th and 1. It's more like 2 feet from the 7. They just have got to reach the rest of the 7. 3:19 to go. Handoff goes to Payne. He's at the 5. He's at the 4-3, and he's brought down right about the 2-yard line. So first and goal for Riverton.
And it looks like they're going to be calling. No, they're not going to be calling a hurry up. Derek went over to the sideline and said, what's the play, like it was going to be. But Dominic with the run from the shotgun, that just added extra yardage, and he still got it.
First and goal from the 3. DeVries in the gun, 3 wideouts. Snap, bad handoff exchange, and he's going to lose a yard or yard and a half on that. Yep, they're going to say it's now at about the 4.5. Just didn't look like a clean exchange at all.
No, it was the exact same play pretty much as the last one. One less blocker on the right side, and it showed when he got gang tackled. But it did not have the exact same smooth handoff that the previous play did. So
Branson Saltzgaver coming off the field. Derek DeVries now has the play, runs back into the huddle with 2:34 to go in the first quarter. Knotted up at 0-0 here at Riverton High School. Riverton looking for their first lead of the season from the 4. It's second and goal. They're going to hand it off to Dominic Payne. He makes a couple moves. He's going to maybe gain the original line of scrimmage back, and it'll be third and goal from the 3.
What a juke. He got the guy out in the backfield just to fall right on his face, and he ended up getting about 1 or 2 yards from that other than getting tackled in the backfield.
2:03, 2:02 in the first quarter. Been quick moving. Riverton has had the ball since about the 7.5 mark.
And they've been running just as much as we thought Evanston would be running.
Only one possession for each team with 1:50. Third and goal from the 3. DeVries now has 4 wideouts, 1 protecting back in Payne, 1 on each side. Ty Sheets goes in motion. They fake it to him. DeVries is going to keep it, and he's going to gain next to nothing. 3 times going to the well up the middle, Sean, and really nothing to show for it but the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, ever since that 4th and inches play, it's been give me a yard, give me a yard, give me a yard. And now it's
a loss of yard.
Yeah,
and
now it's 4th and 3 from the 3-yard line.
Which is the same thing we've been at, 4th and goal from the 3. Been very almost, I hate to say it, predictable here as far as going up the middle with Payne. Everybody knows Payne can run up the middle, and DeVries can too, but they're not just going to give it to him. They're ready for it. From the gun, 2 wide on each side, so 4 total, protecting back. DeVries takes it. He's going to look to throw. He's going to throw, and it is
touchdown.
Touchdown, Riverton. Nicely caught in traffic, and we've got a little extracurricularness going on way after the touchdown signal, trying to lay eyes on the receiver who caught
Nick McIntosh.
Nick McIntosh with the touchdown, and it is 6-0, your Wolverines.
And Nick McIntosh immediately gets up, and he's going to be the holder for the field goal. Number 8 from Evanston is still saying, I had the ball. That should be my ball.
Ty goes to the receiver, so he can say it all he wants. Here is the snap. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. So you're with 59.5 seconds left in the first quarter. It is Riverton 7. Evanston 0. We'll be right back with more action here on KTAK.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare has clinics located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton. We provide family medical services along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary healthcare center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger, healthier community because Wind River cares. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
And we're back here on KTAK. Your Wolverines leading the Red Devils of Evanston 7-0 in their home opener.
And this is the first lead that Riverton's been able to experience.
Is low, and it's right at the up back who struggles with it but has it around the 18. He's at the 25-30. He's got a hole. 35 to the 40, the 45.
Oh, wow.
All the way to the 50. Game-saving tackle there. Or not game-saving, but touchdown-saving by number 6, it looks like, Jordan May.
And that he didn't even have that much space up the middle. He just was able to sneak in between a couple tacklers.
Well, he had some great blocking there.
Yes, he did. Next thing you knew, he ran into his own guy that was being tackled by 6, and 6 just got his arm around him.
All right, 52 seconds left in the first quarter. As previously mentioned on the DeVries to McIntosh touchdown, your Wolverines lead 7-0. Quarterback Cohen Morrow for Red Devils in a modified pistol with 2 backs with him and 2 wide receivers. He's going to take the snap and roll left. He's going to get cut off, try and cut back center, and he does, and gains all the way to the 40-yard line of Riverton for a first down. So quickly making strides to get into Riverton territory is the Red Devils.
And you want to talk about making someone miss. He had an arm around him right at the line of scrimmage, and he just barreled through, made 2 people miss. Like I said, the rain doesn't help. Everything's a little slicker, so got to find a way to tackle someone as best as possible in this game.
Morrow now is going to line up in the I with 2 wide receivers, 1 out left, 1 out right. From the I formation, long snap count. He takes the snap, hands to his tailback, number 26, who's going to gain about 3. That tailback being Brady Roberts, the junior running back and offensive linebacker. He is 5'7", 175, so it's going to set up a second and a long 6.
And it looked like he just ran right into, I think, 54, or maybe it's 58, but he just ran right into him and couldn't get around, so.
Out of the pistol again with 2 backs behind him and 2 wide receivers out left and right. Morrow's going to take it. He's going to run to his right. Look like it might be an option play. He's going to cut back center and be taken down at about the 32-yard line, which will set up a third and 3-yard line. Third 3 here, and we've got a timeout on the field.
Nope, it's the end of the quarter.
Oh, it is the end of the quarter. Thank you, Sean.
No problem.
We'll take it with them, obviously. We'll be right back. Riverton leads Evanston 7-0 here on KTAK.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe to bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Welcome back to KTAK. It's 7-0 Riverton here as we enter the second quarter. Evanston is driving at the 33 or 32 handoff, and it's going to be a chance to get him in the backfield. It's going to be really close.
He was
so
being
it's going to be
dragged.
spotted at about the 30, so that will set up a 4th and 1. Good job tackling by the Wolverines there as they plugged the hole in the middle and were able to maintain their grip here on these wet, sloppy conditions here in Wyoming tonight.
Yeah, Bryce Mason had him around the waist, and he started to drag Mason a little bit. Mason said, I'm not going to take that, and he just twisted his hips, got him down in the backfield.
Well, there is no doubt they're going for it here, and 4th and 1 for a triple option team usually is pretty easy. We shall see, though, if Wolverine can hunker it down. There's going to be a quarterback sneak, and he's got it easy. No nose guard there at all, and he's going to go 3 to get first down at the 27. So 1st and 10, 27 yards away from the end zone are the Red Devils.
Yeah, he just stayed standing straight up and just walked forward an extra 2 yards. I don't think that the Wolverines were expecting the quarterback to take it like that. They might have been expecting one of the running backs behind because they were not prepared for that. Now it's going to be 1st and 10, and they're almost in the red zone. They are on the 28-yard line.
Morrow coming out in the slightly, like it looks like a single back, but it's a wishbone of types, wide wishbone. Number 3 goes in motion, handoff by Morrow, number 26. He's got a seam all the way down to the 15 where a gang of Wolverines reaches him, but it will be a 12-yard gain, good enough for another first down right at the 15-yard line. So it would be 1st and 10, and this run game starting to show its effects against a team that typically, and you'd expect this out of the run, with a team that has a lot of linemen who go both ways. these defensive linemen a little bit tired. We do have a score for you that it is 26-20. The Cats of Thermopolis,
Bobcats,
winning by 6 at halftime. So if you're looking for that game, that's also on YO Today, and you can catch it also on
101.7
KDNO, I do believe. I just lost my whole train of thought.
It's
Earlier
okay. There's a
today,
lot going on.
We had our second game of the week with Du Bois. Du Bois winning that game, losing that game badly in their first game. That is on KTAK. We always will have Du Bois when we cover them on that station so that the people in Du Bois can hear them. But for all the other games of the week, be sure to tune into KWYW. All right, back here on 93.9 KTAK from the Wishbone is Morrow. There is 9:41 and counting to go in the half. Man in motion, and they're going to be over the top of him, and they're going to throw the flag and stop the play. So either it's going to be false start or it's going to be encroachment, one of the two.
55.
And it is going to be a false start, legal procedure against Evanston. On the first down play, they got 6, so that will make it 2nd and 9. They're making it a very very short 9. It's basically 2nd and 8 here.
Yes.
From the 14.
Yeah, Bryce Mason was in there so quickly. Something had to be going on for him to be in the backfield that fast. Now we know.
Yeah, legal procedure. All right, from the veer again. Morrow under center. Man goes in motion. He's going to fake it, and he's going to be pursued for a sack.
Oh, wow.
He's going to get away. He lost it to a guy wide open, and he drops it.
That was an
Wolverines
easy touchdown.
Dodged a bullet. It's like the recreation of the App State 2-point play. The drop by number 34, that being, that's Gio Cervantes, their big bruising running back. So 3rd and 7, I'm kind of confused here because it was 2nd and 4 when the penalty happened, and it's a 5-yard penalty. It's legal procedure, so it's not a spot foul per se. But nonetheless, they're saying 3rd and 7. We're going to say 3rd and 8 from the 14 and got to reach the 6.
Can we just go back to that? He had an easy touchdown. All he had to do was be 1 yard deeper, but I don't think he was expecting his quarterback to get out of that rush there.
I think he was supposed to go left, so he was just the running fake because he was the fake hand, and it didn't result in anything, luckily. So 3rd and 8 from the 14. Morrow under center. Man goes in motion, and it's going to be a pitch, and he's got all day to run. He's going to get all the way down to the 4. Before he goes out of bounds. There was nobody protecting the option pitch there. Just not disciplined football there, Sean.
No, and Dominic and Saltzgaver, Braden Vincent and Dominic Payne were the two on that right side that were looking to try and contain it. But you're right, he just had so much speed and so much green space. There was nothing stopping him on his way to that gain.
That being Sterling Bragg, number 3. So now 1st and goal from the 3.5. Called along 3. Morrow in the bone under center. He's going to watch it. And we may have a fumble. We may have a fumble on the field there. They're going to say he was down. But that was just
it didn't look like the quarterback let go of the ball.
No, it didn't look like the quarterback, but he did, luckily for Evanston, able to hang on to it. Gains basically about the rest of the 3-yard line back. So we'll say it's going to be 2nd, and they're going to say he got to the 2. He did. He gained a yard, or at least they're giving him that on the spot. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 2 with 8:33 and counting left in the half. From the veer formation, Morrow's going to take the snap. He's going to run right. He's looking for everything. He's trying to muscle, and he's pushing,
I don't think
pushing.
He got it.
He got to the 1, though. And do we have a ball loose on the field? I don't know. They're crowding around it. Let's see what they call here. Riverton pointing their way.
Still Evanston
They're
ball.
going to say it's still Evanston ball, and it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. Not even the 1, really. About 2.5 feet to go.
So they run a lot of sweeps.
Option.
Yeah, they run a lot of options. So when they do the motion right before, you got to take that into account if you're the defense, because we've already seen it burn you on that run to the left.
So from the 1, from the
inch mark,
18-inch mark, Morrow still in the veer. looking to run the option. He's going to take it on the snap. He's going to do a quarterback keeper.
That's a touchdown.
And they are going to signal touchdown Evanston. So his line just muscled through and got him just the 2 inches over the line that he needed to make it 7-6 here in Riverton.
And with how the quarterback sneak worked so well on 4th and 1 earlier, I'm surprised they weren't at least loading up the box there and trying to go deep into the nose there. But Riverton giving up this touchdown on the quarterback sneak.
7:36 is when the score. The extra point snap is down. It is up, and it is, I do believe, good.
Yes, it is.
It is. So it is now 7-7 here with 7:36 to go in the half. Good game, a barn burner here in a cold weather, coldest day of the season so far. By far, it went from 95 to 55. We'll be right back with more of Riverton football here on KTAK.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Welcome back to KTAK. We are all knotted up here in the second quarter, 7-0. And 7-7, excuse me, with 7:36 left in the half. And boy, I'm telling you, turnovers is going to be the difference tonight. Because Riverton has had 1 possession, scored. Evanston's had 2, scored on 1. But so far, Riverton, we're 2/3 of the way through the half, and they've had the ball 1 time. So ball spot at the 40. The kick is going to bounce at around the 20.
Oh, no.
And now we've got a live ball as it went between his legs down to the 8. Trying to do something with it and cannot do anything with it is, I'm looking for a number, Dominic Payne. Dominic Payne goes down at the 14.
And it hit his leg. I don't think it was expecting the bounce to bounce like that.
Well, you've heard me harp on this before. It doesn't matter if it hit him or the kickoff's live ball. You've heard me harp on this past couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen, is run underneath the kick if you can and catch it. And they could there. And it would have set him up in a much better position even if he fair caught it. Otherwise, he let it hit the ground. Wet turf takes a weird bounce, and you're in the shadow of your own end zone. So first down and 10 for the Wolverines. 7.5 to go in the half. DeVries is going to go out of the gun. He's got 4 wide receivers, the same formation he ran most of the time. He's going to take the snap, hand off to his protecting back, which is Dominic Payne, the tailback, and Dominic will be cut down quickly at the 15 for a gain of 1.
And Derek saw the defense changing at the last second, didn't decide to change the play. I think he tried to get the snap off before they could align themselves on the defensive line. Either way, Dominic didn't get very many yards. He got tripped up early.
7:07 and counting. 2nd and 9. Don't like to be behind the chains. Very important down. Same formation that led to success. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and 1 tailback. DeVries takes it. He's going to drop back. He's looking to pass. He has to scramble. He breaks a tackle that was going to have him sacked. Now he's at the 20. He's at the 25. All the way out to the 29. They're going to signal, yes, the 29-yard line. 28-yard line, excuse me, but more than enough
What a
for
run.
a Wolverine first down.
What a run. You were right. That was a sack and a half waiting to happen, and he just broke right through it, got the arm off him, and said, I'm going to take this ball and get the first down for my team.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 28 for the Wolverines. At least getting a little bit away from their own end zone. DeVries in the gun. Dominic Payne to his right, I do believe. It's hard to see the side numbers if they even have them. Wide receiver Ty Sheets goes in motion. Jailhouse blitz. It is complete. Complete at the 40, to the 45, to the 50, and out of bounds is number 5. Out of bounds is Cade Gabrielson. Oh, number 3, excuse me. Braden Vincent goes out of bounds at the 49. Gain of 14 and another Wolverine first down.
And that was a great pitch and catch. I don't think that Braden Vincent was expecting it there, but he had to stop in traffic, jump up in the air, and grab it out of it. And what a play. I mean, just honestly, what a first down there.
1st and 10 from the 49. DeVries is in the gun again. Same formation. Only difference is between this and the last play is they don't send Ty Sheets. Blitz on the way. Hand off to Payne, and he is going to gain the 47-yard line of Evanston for a gain of 4.
Evanston's been allowing a little bit more every time up the middle with Dominic. It's just a matter of time until he breaks through one of these defensive lines.
Well, so they're not trying to really play to the strength of Evanston, which is the line that runs, and a lot of the guys play both ways, the strength. They're very much mixing the pass and the run as DeVries comes out in the gun. 4 wide, 1 protecting back, snap to DeVries. He's got time. He's going to throw, and it's going to be incomplete to Ty Sheets. Had Ty Sheets open at the 44, missed him, but also not the greatest throw either, not the greatest catch. He got a hand on it, just slightly off target. Sets up a 3rd and 6 here with 5:47 left in the first half.
The field goal post is right in our way, ladies and gentlemen.
Just like it was during soccer season. We're going to get a timeout on the field by Riverton. We need to pay some bills, so we'll take it with them here on KTAK.
To local news, sports, events, and more, download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Not a surprise.
Welcome back to KTAK and Riverton Athletic coverage. We've got some great news for the Wolverine faithful here after this play. From the gun, 3 wideouts. DeVries with the snap. He's going to look to complete it, and he does right at the 40.
Dangerous throw.
That should be enough for a first down. Very dangerous throw, and it was completed to number 7?
5.
Number 5. I can't see him from here. Kate Gabrielson again.
Oh, no, it's to Ty. Sorry, Ty Sheets. I'm sorry.
To Ty Sheets, number 2 then. So we're both wrong, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard. I'm looking through 2 panes of glass, and Sean is trying to do camera and everything like that. So we do apologize. I think the white jerseys were easier to read off of.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So we said we had good news. The Riverton Wolverines are the region champions of boys golf, and Parker Paxson, as you kind of expected, is the individual winner yet again. DeVries from the gun now. 3 wide receivers, 2 to his left, 1 to his right, 1 back in the backfield with him. He's going to hand it off to Dominic. No, that's not Dominic. That's number 3.
That's Braden
Vincent. Braden Vincent, who is tackled for a big loss on 2nd down. So it's going to set up about 14 to go on 3rd down. 2 plays that did not work out. No, excuse me, 2nd down, duh. That was 1st down. 2nd down, and it's going to be a loss of 5. So 2nd and 15 from the Evanston 41.
The defense just wasn't fooled. Derek gave it right to Braden Vincent, and I think every single person on the defense said that guy's got the ball, not Derek this time. So that's one thing they might want to work on here.
Looks like there's some confusion here on the play. DeVries trying to get it set right here as we are at 4.5 minutes left in the half. DeVries has a man going motion. He's going to hand it on the end around. From the end around, he's at the 40, the 35. Let's see where they marked him out, right at the 36-yard line. So to make it 3rd and about 5. Ty Sheets.
Ty Sheets has been doing that, running up the sideline, just tiptoeing off and on there, and I think that he's getting a lot better at it as the time goes by. He just needed that extra 5 yards.
3rd and 5 here as Riverton will approach the 36-yard line to take the snap. Like to keep this drive going. Out of the shotgun, back to 4 wide. Two on the left, two on the right. Kate Gabrielson, watch him. He's far on the left. Man goes in motion. Ty Sheets says DeVries is going to keep it, try and run for it. And at last-minute dive, it's going to make it close, so I have a feeling we're in four-down territory here.
This might be 4th and 3
they marked him down at the 35, it looks like.
Derek's
35,
limping.
34 and a half.
Derek is limping off the field.
Derek is limping off the field, so it will be 4th and 5, 4th and 4, really. Derek DeVries trying to walk it off.
He's also their punter, so we have to imagine here your punter and your quarterback is limping on and off the sideline right now.
I have a feeling they are going to use all of the play clock here and call a timeout, Sean.
I believe so as well.
So they don't want to give the ball back. They don't want to give the ball back with a ton of time.
Backup quarterback number 14. No,
Nick McIntosh is number 14 today, and that's exactly what they did. They call a timeout. We'll be right back after the timeout here on KTAK.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression, and I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Is out there, yes.
All right, we're back here on KTAK. They took as much time as they could, and now DeVries is back out there.
No, yeah, he's quarterback, and he's going to get under center here.
He's going to go under center, offset eye, man on the left, man on the right. Hopefully he just got a little bit of a bruise here with 3:35 left in the half. DeVries takes it, is going to hand it off, and that's a surprising play call to me,
That
Sean.
was also, yeah.
Went wide to the left. Didn't gain but maybe half a yard or so, maybe even lost part of a yard, and it'll be a turnover on downs, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Evanston from the Evanston 35 with 3:31 left to go in the half.
That was one of those plays where you almost look at it like, was that 3rd down or was that 4th down? Because it looked like a 3rd down play more than a 4th down play. Didn't seem like they were urgent to get 4 yards. And Dominic Payne is a great running back, but having him line up 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, that basically makes it a 9-yard play he has to rip off. So not the smartest of plays here.
From the veer, Morrow coming under center. Plenty of time for him to work with and some timeouts in their pocket. Man goes in motion. Morrow's going to lose the ball, and he dropped it and fell right on top of it. Right there at the line, it was just I don't know if the tailback, the B-back actually, the B-back was supposed to take it, or if the QB just because the wet conditions dropped it and was going to try and keep it himself. So nonetheless, it goes for 0 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 as we approach 3 minutes to go in the half from the Evanston 35.
And they're still lining up here. There we go.
Going from the I formation, Morrow under center. He's going to look. He's going to throw out to his left. It is caught. Missed tackle is going to lead to a 1st down, and it's going to be about a gain of 11. So it'll be 1st and 10 at right around the 46-yard line of Evanston.
That was Carter.
Carter Randall, the senior cornerback and wide receiver.
That was one of the players we were told to watch out for.
Indeed it was. So Cohen Morrow trying to piece together a drive here, but their offense is not meant to move quickly. 2 plays, and we're already at 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter, so we've burned through over a minute. Cole Morrow in the eye. He's going to look for the toss sweep. It's read by Riverton. And he breaks the tackles, but he's not going to break that many tackles.
No, he's not.
He should have been down. He broke 4 guys' tackles as they all had him, but another 4 guys brought him down. But he does take a loss and turns it into a gain with 2:10 to go. They're going to call a timeout. Is Evanston. We'll take it with them. 7-7, all knotted up here on KTAK.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop it.
And we're back here on KTAK. From the gun, two protecting backs in the backfield.
And this defense looks crammed in the middle here.
It's a 3-5, it looks like. Stop the run. Mara's going in motion. He's going to break a tackle. He breaks a third tackle. He trucks over the middle linebacker, or outside linebacker, and that's going to be about a gain of 7.5, as it was 2nd and 9. It is going to set up a third down as he went down at the Riverton 46. So minute 55. It's going to be a third down, and I don't know what says
3rd and 2.
Fourth. It's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 46. Clock is running. From the gun is Morrow. Morrow's going to take it. He's going to delay a second, then he's going to take off, and he's going to fight. Wow. I don't think he is short by a yard. So it'll be 4th and 1. We're going to have another timeout on the field. I can almost guarantee it here. They whistle it dead. We'll take this one with them, too, and be right back here on KTAK.
Where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll. From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton football. 4th and 1, Morrow under center. He's going to fake it, hand it off. It's looking like they're going to stop it, and they do. 4th and 1, and Riverton Wolverine defense says no, sir, no gain, and it'll be a turnover on downs with 1:29 to go in the half.
That is exactly what Coach Anderson was talking about at the beginning of this. They need to tackle well. Their broken tackles from the last 2 weeks has led to multiple 3rd and 4th down conversions. Right there, you got an instance where it did not, and that tackling has been bolstered, even though they've been missing some tackles lately.
That was absolutely a junkyard dog stop. 1st and 10 from the Evanston 45, 1:29 to go.
Derek's still out there.
We do know that, we can pass, so look for points right here. DeVries now looks like he's not limping anymore, probably just a little boo-boo, and hopefully he's okay. 2 out wide on each side. He's going to look to throw. He's going to get flushed from the pocket, though. He's going to keep it. He's going to cut inside, and he's going to dive forward to the 48 to make it 2nd and 7 with 1:16 and counting.
And it was a good idea, but he just had someone running up behind him so fast he didn't even feel him. They're going to go hurry up offense here.
Going in a hurry. In the gun, same formation, 2 wide out left, 2 wide out right. DeVries is going to look to throw. He does to the 50, not far enough though. That's going to gain about 2 yards and lead it to be 3rd and 5. Completion was to Braden Vincent. as we go under 50 seconds to play. They're still in a hurry.
Looks like
DeVries taking the snap out of the gun. He's going to look wide, and he's going to miss. They were trying to see who he missed. I think it may have been Cade.
It was Ty, no.
It's Ty Sheets that he missed out around the 45, which was just at the marker for a first down. So his clock stops with 43.1 seconds to go. And I almost expect, just to avoid any kind of mishap, that you might want to just punt it far, but obviously punt it as far as you can, but maybe go out of bounds, no return, because I don't think with this offense, Evanston is going to go into hurry up. I think they'll probably down it, take it to half. But we shall see. In the punt formation, DeVries gets it, and he puts it up. It's a high one. It's going to be fair caught at this 11, and he moved, ladies and gentlemen. He made a football move, which should have been a flag because he did fair catch it.
That
and
might not
you
be
can tell
high school.
He went like this. He knew he did something. So it'll be a takeover on the punt with 37.2 seconds left, and we will see what the coach of this Evanston team wants to do here. Let's see if I've got a coach here. They gave me 13 pages of rosters, it seems. So
weights and everything.
Okay, the coach, I don't know. Head coach is Sidney Ward. So let's see what Coach Ward wants to do here for the Red Devils. They are coming out in the option pretty safe usually from fumbles, as long as they go to the B back or a quarterback keep. And who knows, you might bust a big one. Man goes in motion. They're going to give it to one of the A backs, and he's going to get stacked up at the 15 for a gain of 2 because they spotted the punt down at the 13. That was kind of generous in my opinion, although we have a bad angle. So
we do. Do you call a timeout if your last timeout if you're Riverton to try and get this ball?
What good would that do? There's 19 seconds left.
Mistakes happen all the time.
Yeah, mistakes do happen, but you don't want to risk the big one. Take it to half.
How many times have they already almost fumbled it,
best
too?
First half of the year. Well, they're obviously not stopping it either, so they're going to take it to half. Evanston's not even going to line up a play. So, at halftime, first time we've been able to say this, John, we got a great game going on here. It is 7-7, all knotted up in the Riverton Wolverines home opener. It's a wet one. We'll be right back with the YO Today halftime show here on KTAK.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
And welcome back to the YO Today halftime show here on KTAK. We are watching right now the Riverton Wolverine Marching Band, and they are doing halftime show this year based on the music of Journey. So we'll give it a few minutes. Take a listen.
Okay. And then for Evanston, 82, 22, crossover girls, some are playing volleyball. You got about 3 that don't do so you need to do something.
Special thanks out to the Riverton Marching Band led by Mr. Peaks. Got to give a shout out to my daughter, who's also one of our board operators, Katie Shields. If you know anything about how I got here 7 months without him, it's been so much fun to have him here and to be able to see her march. So we got about 10 minutes left in half, and we'll be right back here on KTAK.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Gourmet pizza in a flash. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton makes your pizza to order. Order online at papamurphys.com or in store. Delicious, fresh-made pizza just the way you want it. Papa Murphy's is a proud supporter of local student athletes.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton High School football. At the half, it is 7-7. Tie ball game with Evanston. Evanston, by a lot of people that we've talked to around the state, was thought to have a shot at being that 4th spot in the playoffs. Nice to see Riverton coming out after 2 disparaging weeks. And against great competition and able to keep focus and not let it affect the next. As they say, you know, whenever you play a champion like Cody, don't let him beat you twice. And this team has not. So far, the vaunted running attack of Evanston, Sean, has been kept in check.
No, that's exactly what I was about to say. The running game that we were so worried about with their triple option and their second most rushing yards in the 3A so far this season and third most last season, it's been pretty give and go so far, and it's because of the Riverton defense stifling them in the backfield for the most part. Yeah, there's been one or two good runs by Evanston, but for the most part, Riverton has kept them in check. And let's see if that can actually continue into the second half. If it does, Riverton could come away today with a win.
Well, and part of it, too, is this is two teams that they're not running, like where I came from and some of the stuff you've seen over the years, they're not coming out here to do what seems to be the chic thing to do nowadays, which is have 95 plays on offense. They're not coming out to have, 14 possessions. They're coming out here to have possessions, not make mistakes, and score. And that's what they have done so far. Both teams scoring once. Both teams, up until the last 2 minutes, when it kind of went back and forth with the ball.
It was a little difficult, yeah.
It was two. We had 3 total possessions, period, combined through the first 3 quarters of the first half. So these are teams that, quite honestly, as we've seen here with Riverton the past 2 weeks, neither one of these teams is actually constructed to play from behind by any big margin.
I can see that. Yeah, and one other reason that I think that the possessions have been longer is a lot of the offensive mindsets of both teams, especially with the rain, is to play simple football, try to avoid the mistakes. My dad used to say, slick footballs lead to quick mistakes. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the play in mind, you get the right play set up, you don't take too many chances throwing bombs down the field or even over the middle too much. And when you lower your chance of risk, you typically have a higher feel of reward. But right now, 7-7 may not be the reward you think, but this is a reward for Riverton right now after the last 2 weeks.
Well, and also you got to factor in, now's the first time Riverton's playing a school more in line with it.
Very true.
Both teams got mid-20s on the roster, a lot of linemen going both ways. So, they're going to play a little more conservative. We haven't seen Derek DeVries really all season throw way down the field, but now they're 5-yard outs, move the chains. Same thing for them. As much as they've looked to throw at times, the sad part is the 2 biggest plays were 2 biggest misses by both teams.
Very true.
But we've got under 1 minute to go until we kick off the second half here at Riverton High School. We'll be right back after we pay some bills here on KTAK.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare has clinics located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton. We provide family medical services along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary healthcare center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger, healthier community because Wind River cares. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
And welcome back here to KTAK. It is time for the second half. We want to give a shout out to some of our sponsors here. Of course, Buckle Up Wyoming with the Wyoming DOT, High Plains Power, Lander Medical Clinic, and Western Family Care. They're my doctors. Go pay them a visit. Of course, we want to thank our sponsors in the pregame show, Hampton Inn and Suites, as well as Sutherland's for the starting lineup. And we are now ready to go. No, we're not. They're going to put, it looks like, 33 minutes on the clock here. So I am a wee bit confused because the refs are telling them to get out here for the kickoff.
The scoreboard operator up here might have put a Mountain Dew on the scoreboard. Who knows?
So we will be right back here with the kickoff here on KTAK.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a Crow Cadillac, coupe bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
for them.
All right, we're back here on KTAK. We got some scores from around Fremont. We're waiting on an updated score with Lander, but with 4 minutes left in the third, Kimmerer has taken the lead 28-26 over the Thermopolis Bobcats.
Remember, Thermopolis was up by 6 at half.
So change of fortunes there. Looks like a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, 8-point conversion. So we are getting ready to kick off here, and that's our news from around Fremont. But we also want to let you know about what tonight's theme is, and I do believe it's going through much of the week, and that is suicide awareness. If you are having bad thoughts about harming yourself or others, of course, or thinking about, or you have a friend who's thinking about harming themselves, please reach out, get the help you need. There's no shame in it. There's no stigma to it. And even if there was, life is more important than that. So definitely reach out, let somebody know you need help. And we'll be right back here with the second half on KTAK.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
And back at KTAK, and once again, on future that, the new suicide awareness or the new suicide prevention hotline, if you will, is just 988.
A lot easier.
Just dial 988, and someone will be there to talk with you, and they will stay on line with you as long as it takes to make sure you're in a better state of mind. Life is too precious, folks, so let's be aware of that. All right, Thermopolis will be kicking off to Riverton, who deferred. Kick is going to go. I'm sure Dominic Payne and Ty Sheets are back. I'm sure I won't be able to see the number, but he gets it to 15, the 20, 25 to the 30, 35, and he's breaking some tackles. He's still going for it all the way to the 39-yard line. Muscling up was Ty Sheets.
Dominic.
Wait, you got to give two twos, not
sorry.
1 2.
I got one hand. Look at this.
2 2. So Dominic Payne showing why he is a physical presence out there, giving great field position to the Riverton Wolverines, who with 11:51 left in the third have it 1st and 10 at their own 39.
It's a great way to start off the second half. They had that great opening drive in the first half, so let's see what they can replicate here in the second.
From the gun, 2 wide left, 2 wide right for DeVries. DeVries points, and man goes in motion. He's going to take the snap, and here we go with the end around once again at the 40. Gets to the 45 and hits a brick wall, evidently. It's like the one that Coyote used to try and paint in Looney Tunes. Ty Sheets gains 6 to make it 2nd and 4 from the 45. But, boy, did his run come to a sudden, impactful end.
Yeah, and that was that brick wall you're mentioning is Carter Randall, number 8. Again, we're calling his name all over on defense. He was the one that was arguing it was his ball in the end zone. So watch for him to make a lot of plays for Evanston on defense.
From the gun, same formation, 2 wide left, 2 wide right, 1 back in the back with DeVries. DeVries gets the snap. He fades back. He's looking to throw it long. He puts it up, and it is incomplete. Highly contested.
Close.
Could have been intercepted or caught either way. Fortunately, though, or unfortunately, depending on who you cheer for and what you were thinking it was going to be, it does go to the ground and will set up 3rd and 4 from the 45 of Riverton.
Yeah, Ty Sheets had it in his grasp, and he just went a little too high. Tackle came in. It could have been intercepted.
Yeah,
it was in the air for quite a while there.
Great defensive coverage there. So DeVries in the gun, two top, 2 bottom again. Back is to his right. 3rd and 4, 11:05 to go in the third, tied 7-7. DeVries gets it, throws it quick, has the first down complete down to the Evanston 48. Got it to Ty Sheets for the gain of 6 to move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Evanston 48.
That quick pass was smart by Derek. He didn't hold it too long because he saw the blitz coming right through the middle. That extra linebacker came in and just wasn't even touched on his way to the quarterback. He just got it out right in time.
In the shotgun, same formation, 2 wide left, 2 wide right, 1 back in the backfield with him. DeVries gets the snap. He's going to fake it and try and keep it himself. He's at the 46, down down to the 45, down to a 44, 44 and a half. They're going to spot him at the 44, so a nice gain of 4 on first down to set up 2nd and 6 with 10 and a half minutes left to go in the third.
I'll tell you what, Derek's leg looks good. He powered through 2 different tacklers there and made an extra 2 yards just from the spot of the tackle there. So good on Derek to get through and power through like that.
Breeze coming out. One change to it is the running back now on his left side. Still 2 up top, 2 down low. 2nd and 6. Blitz on its way. DeVries gets the snap. He's flushed. He's flushed again. Oh, he gets a block, though, and he's going to gain it down. He's going to turn something into nothing, and he's going to gain the 42 to make it 3rd and 4.
Something out of nothing is correct. I mean, he was dead to rights in the backfield there. He had to avoid 2 tackles and slip out of another one just to get an extra yard there. That was a 10-yard play that got about 2 yards there for Derek. So 3rd and 3 now. Let's see what happens.
All right, DeVries coming out in the gun. They've liked this formation tonight. They can do just about anything in their playbook, it seems, from it. Ty Sheets going in motion. DeVries has it. He gives it to Ty, and Ty is 8 up in the backfield for a loss of 2.
That is the exact opposite of what they needed. If anything, they would have taken 0 yards and taken 4th and 3, but now it's pushed you back to 4th and 6. You're going to have to do something here punt-wise. You're going to have to get rid of it. But that was a very good start to this drive.
4th and 6. They are not lining up to punt.
No, they're not.
They are going to trust their defense potentially, although they could be trying to draw it offside sub of 4th and 1. From the gun. Nobody in motion. They did get him. They got him. What a job by DeVries and the offense as he entered the neutral zone. Did number 8. That being Carter Randall. One of their better players. So it will set up a 4th and 1.
I actually think it was number 9. Sorry, man.
So 4th and 1, much more manageable, and you can do just about anything. And although it's only 5 yards, it does give you a little bit better feeling going for it.
Definitely.
About the possible of turning it over on downs. So Derek DeVries has gotten his call from the sideline. In comes the slot man. This time he's got 2 on his right, 1 wide receiver up top on his left. He's going to take it. He's going to hand it to Sheets, I do believe.
No, that was Dominic, and he just ran right into the wall.
8 up. That's not Dominic. Brandon Vincent. That's Brandon Vincent, and he got absolutely 8 up for a loss of 2. And so kind of a interesting play call there as it relied on some misdirection. I guess what they say is true. Nobody lines up under and goes for the big quarterback sneak anymore. So it will be 1st and 10 from their own 42 for Evanston. So a little shorter field than you'd probably want them to operate with 8.5 to go in the 3rd quarter.
That was the same play they called on the 4th down earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Same
different
result.
Guy.
Same result, different guy.
Yeah. From the bone, 34 goes in motion. Morrow going to his right. He's able to get around the side, and he's off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. And he falls down after about a 17-yard run. They're going to mark. They went out of bounds a little earlier than that, but nonetheless, he makes it all the way to the 43 of the Wolverines here in their territory. 1st and 10.
And I don't want to harp on that 4th down play, but you're lining up in shotgun and you're going to run the same right to left and try and get 6 yards basically from where you snap the football to rather than line up under center and try and get the 1 yard. I won't understand it, but the coach has his own ideas. So 1st and 10 now from the 43. Let's see what the defense of Riverton can do here. They need a stop. They cannot be down in this game.
From the veer. Man goes in motion. Morrow under center, hands it to his A-back, who is off to the races at 2. He's at the 30. I lost track of him. He's at the 30, 29, 28. And it's going to be about a 17-yard gain for Evanston. So quickly moving the chains now. And that rushing attack that was only getting 5 and 6 and sometimes being stopped is starting to gain 10 and 11.
And it was just a matter of time until that rushing offense, that triple option, became a little bit more lethal. You just want to try and get out ahead of it if you're Riverton, both on defense and on offense.
Riverton needing a stop now. Most definitely in 4-down territory. I don't know what the field goal kicking situation is on this wet night. From the option, look, Morrow going to take it out to his left, and I don't know if he slipped or if he just ate what he had to eat instead of losing more, but it's going to go down as a sack per se.
A sack for number 55.
It's going to be a loss of 1. So it's going to set up 2nd and 11 at the Riverton 29 with 7:38 to go in the half. That stop was by Bryce Mason. Great play by him there. And by who?
It was actually by Dominic on defense. Sorry, 22 and 55
and 22. Oh, they do?
They look up here, yeah.
Right, you need glasses like me. I can't tell the difference. 34 in motion again. This time looking to pass is Morrow. Almost sacked, but he gets it off. He's going to the end zone. He's got a guy wide open, and he can't catch it. Now we may know why they run the option.
That was not a terrible route.
That was an ugly route, though, because he wound up turning around twice. Their receivers used to blocking 90% of the time. Who was on coverage there?
On coverage, I believe it was Cade.
Okay, now
it was Ty on coverage of 3, but he was sitting in the middle of the field there. So number 3, you're right. He had to turn around twice. I don't know if he was expecting the ball there from the quarterback there.
Number 3 is Sterling Bragg. He is a freshman. He showed some of his youthfulness there. So 3rd and 11. Big down here for both teams. Morrow now going from the gun with one back protecting him. He's getting the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking to throw it. He throws towards the end zone and way overthrows his player. Overthrew number 8, I do believe, Carter Randall. And so it'll set up 4th down and 11. Now this is interesting to see because there's not a whole lot of plays geared up for 4th and 11.
No, there are not. Especially if you're a triple option running team, it's not going to be the first couple pages of your playbook.
No, but you're definitely not in an area where you would punt. This is where having a great high school kicker comes into play. But kickers at every state in the union are fewer and far between than the great ones are. So they're going to go from the gun. Let's see if this is a 50-50 ball or something of that nature. Morrow from the gun. He's looking to pass. He's rolling right. He's going to go to the end zone, and he's going to overthrow him. But
he had 10 yards of open space in front of him.
Well, no, the linebacker was sliding with him. Middle linebacker had him cut off, so he knew he couldn't run for it. And he just way overthrew him out the back of the end zone. So turnover on downs. 2 promising drives, Sean, to start this third quarter in the second half of a tied ball game. Both of them ending in kind of teams not doing what they would normally try and do. This is a run team. They threw the last 3 downs, and you saw what happened to them. They got stopped. Evanston did. So now we've got 1st and 10 from the Riverton 29 with 5:57 to go in the third quarter.
And with those stops come momentum changes. So let's see if Riverton can leave the momentum.
Offset eye. He's going to hand it off, and Payne is going to be met in the backfield and knocked down completely. But we do have some yellow laundry on the field. Let's check the flag. It's going to be an illegal shift against Riverton. So I have a feeling they'll back it up as he got nothing. Maybe half a yard, but they may back it up here. We'll see what Evanston decides to do. And they have chosen to decline it, although one ref was marking it off. So he'll back all the way up, and it'll be, instead of what was 1st and 10, it'll now be 2nd and 9 3/4 for all the Harry Potter fans out there.
Hey, I'm one of them right here.
Wait, a movie you like?
Yeah. I don't like these Fantastic Beasts one, but I love me some Harry Potter.
All right, going out of the offset eye again is the Wolverines. DeVries under center. He's going to hand off, and up the middle goes the running back, and he's going to use his legs to push forward. Maybe they'll give him the 40, and they look to give him a little bit more than that. So a big scrum there. The run by Payne, and it's going to set up a 3rd and about 3.5.
Payne was just power running through the middle there. He got an extra 2 or 3 yards just by keeping his legs moving. That's exactly what you want to see, especially after the way the last drive ended with the runs being stopped pretty easily.
3rd and 3. DeVries now coming into shotgun. He's got, as traditionally he's had this game, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Snap. The flag is immediately thrown. It's thrown, and it's almost caught, then almost picked, and falls dead. So we'll see what the flag was for. If it was a legal procedure, they would have whistled it dead. So we'll see what the flag is for. If it's nothing, it will be fourth down, and surely a punting situation.
And it was right through the hands of Nick McIntosh there. And you're right, as soon as it hit through the hands, the defender of Evanston thought it was all his. And the rain has stopped, ladies and gentlemen, just an FYI.
Legal shift yet again. It's going to be declined, so it'll be incomplete, and that will bring up fourth and a long 3 from their own 36. So look for DeVries to punt here. Tied up 7-7 with 5:54 to go in the third.
Evanston's bringing out 2 returners for their punt.
2 men back, DeVries in the snap. Oh, it's way high. Oh, how'd he get it? How did he get that punt off? It's going to bounce at the 25 to the 20, 15, 10. Yes, do touch it.
Oh, he grabbed it. He picked it up.
He did. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He's at the 25 to the 30. Stupid play turns in and was rewarded as he picked it up off the ground and returned it all the way to the 30.
That was Carter Randall again.
Interesting enough could be said is there could have been a blindside block thrown, flag thrown, but was not. But let's go back to the punt itself by DeVries. It was really high, and he one-handed that, his baseball and basketball skills showing off. Not only got it back down, but in the face of a rusher coming in, got the punt off.
And baseball definitely helped there. We watched him make a couple good snags on the Raiders team this year, so that is coming in handy for Derek. Let's see. Go ahead.
First and 10 from the 31. Coming out in the veer option look on a chilly and rainy night here in Riverton, Wyoming. Man goes in motion, handed it off to the B-back, and he's going to gain the 40 to the 41 to the 42-yard line and a first down.
Yeah, number 26 there for Evanston. He has been getting some big chunk plays so far this game. He hasn't had the type of production that we felt like maybe he was going to have at the beginning of the game, but he's getting these big chunk plays, especially so far in this third quarter.
I'm fearing, Sean, that we are getting closer and closer to him busting clean through.
One of them, definitely.
He's now in the second level with this running attack as the Red Devils. They're going to come back out looking in the option formation, basically the triple option look. He's going to hand it once again to the B-back, and he's at the he filled me again. He's got it at the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, the 4, 3, 2, 1 touchdown. They held that. That was a great fake there.
Faked me out, too.
Thought they went to the B-back. They actually went to an A-back. I can't see who it was given to, but
it was
I'm
the quarterback. The quarterback
it was kept by the quarterback. So Cohen Morrow on the carry. He goes 40-plus yards for the touchdown there, 50 yards roughly, somewhat, and we'll set it up as it is now, 13-7. Let's see if the extra point is snapped. Hold is good. It's up, and it's good.
And the quarterback for Evanston, he's been waiting for his own breakout as well. That is just something that's been waiting to happen.
So 14-7, Evanston with their first lead of the ball game. We'll be right back with the continuation of Riverton football and Friday Night Lights here on KTAK.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
And welcome back to continuing coverage of Riverton High School athletics here on KTAK. Reminder, you can watch this on our YouTube page as well as listen to it on radio, or you can listen to it on our homepage, wyotoday.com. Just click listen live and then select one of the stations. And if you're looking for the Thermopolis game, we got you covered. If you're looking for Lander, we got you covered as well. So 14-7, 5:04 to go in the third quarter. The biggest play of the night by Cohen Morrow, quarterback. It is currently 36-26 in Thermopolis with Kimmerer with the lead. Kick is off, and we're going to get a flag immediately, I'm guessing.
It was a real low kick.
Yeah, I'm going to guess, yes, it was a false start, legal procedure against Evanston, so it will back them up 5 yards. They'll be kicking from the 35.
Flag on the flag.
Lander and Powell have now completed a first quarter, tied at 0.
And that'll be an interesting game to watch because we saw how good Powell looked in the first week. So to see what they do against Lander might show if they're a good team or a great team or just had a good game against Riverton.
So teeing it up now at the 35 after the false start with 5:03 to play in the third quarter. Kick is long.
Still low.
It killed some squirrels, I do believe, as it never went in the air. It's returned. It's at the 30, 35. Going to get out to about 36, 37-yard line is Mr. Ty Sheets.
Yep, Ty didn't have to go very far for that. He was sitting there waiting for it, and this might be one of their better starting field positions of the day so far.
And they're going to give him all the way out to the 37-yard line. He must have gone through behind the line that I can't see through, the line of Riverton players on the sideline. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 37 here on a cold. I cannot. It's not. It won't seem cold in 2 months, 3 months. But right now,
we'll be
going
waiting
from
for
95 yesterday, it does. DeVries in the gun, looks to pass, and he again throws it off of Ty Sheets, off to his right, not overly accurate. At the same time, Sheets did get both hands on it. Has got to bring that in if they want to win this ball game.
Very true. That was on Sheets for not catching it with both hands on it, but Derek was feeling the pressure right away. He had 2 linemen get straight through the offensive line in front of him. If he held that ball one more millisecond, it would have been a sack. So good for him to just get the ball off. 2nd and 10.
From the gun again, 2 on his left, 2 on his right. 1 protecting back. I do believe that's Dominic Payne as I look through 2 double pane glasses. DeVries takes the snap. He's looking deep. He's trying to get it to him, and it's incomplete. Triple coverage. Should never have thrown that. Looking for Braden Vincent, and there were 3 Evanston DBs right with him. They knew exactly where he was going to go.
And Braden has some speed, but I don't know if he was expecting him to maybe not be double covered and run into triple coverage, or if he just thought he was going to outrun him.
Beat both the safeties and the DB? No, I don't think so. So it sets up 3rd and 10. Riverton now behind the chains, and for the first time tonight, operating with the ball trailing. DeVries now in shotgun. He's got 2 left, 2 right receivers. He takes the snap. He's looking. He's going to throw way. It may have gotten tipped at the line, but it was way short if not. And it's going to set 4th and 10. So immediately after going down for the first time tonight, by 7, Riverton comes in and will have a 3 and out.
And that ball looked like it either slipped out of his hands, or you're right, maybe it did get tipped, but it was a 5 yards well short of the receiver there. So not exactly how they wanted to start this drive, like you said, right as they become going down.
Not at all. It's now momentum, obviously momentum in Evanston's hands on the score, but now even more so with the stop. And Riverton has to get a stop on this possession. The punt is set up by DeVries. He gets a nice hang time one. It's going to come down at the 27. A couple of Wolverines miss. We're going to have a flag, so this is going to come back. Number 8 is off to the races, though. He's at the 40, the 30, the 25 is where he's going to go down, but we've got a flag right in the hold/block in the back area for it to come back. So the sad part is, Sean, I don't think he needed it where the flag was thrown to get free.
No, he didn't.
Riverton had him by all accounts, and then 3 missed tackles, some hesitation. So let's see what the call is going to be as Mr. Referee will turn and face us. It is going to indeed be a block in the back, or as we used to call it, clipping way back in the day.
Way back.
So block in the back. So they're going to go from the 25 of Riverton all the way back. Oh, they're walking a long way.
They're going back to like the 7.
They're going to be somewhere. Let's see where it's going to be spotted, because I don't know exactly where it was that the penalty took place. But, okay, it took place at the 29.
They're just huddling up a little bit.
So it's going to come all the way down to the 19-yard line. 1st and 10, 4.5 minutes to go for Evanston Red Devils with the lead over your Riverton Wolverines. Here, 14-7.
That triple option got him in the last series. Let's see if they go back to it right now.
It is a war of attrition, this style of offense. Evanston lining up in the bone again, and we're going to get a flag. I do believe that's going to be an illegal procedure because they stopped the play.
Number 3 looked like he got off just a little early there.
Yep, that's exactly what they're going to say is illegal procedure. So we're going to back it up again. Cue the sponsorship from one of the rental truck places with the beeping noise. And if you would like to have that be your spot, just give us a call.
We can do that.
So they're going to spot the ball now 5 yards further back. So it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 14 for Evanston. In the bone. Oh, look, almost jumped off sides with the count. They're trying to get that 5 back quick, but able to get back was Riverton. Snap. Hand off to the B-back. B-back's going to make the 20 and going to get all the way out to the 25. So a gain of 11 on 1st and 15.
And that's 26 again for Evanston. He's just getting those chunk plays again. And I think they're going to be back up past where, so it's going to be 2nd
and 4.
And the scoreboard says 5, but 4 is a long 4.
It's from the 29, 2nd and 4. We also had a quarter 7. So. From the wishbone. 34 going in motion. Quarterback keeps it. Mara's going to keep it himself, and he is going to drive forward to the 30-yard line for a 1st down. So 2 big penalties against Evanston. One, of course, one being dead ball, so really didn't matter, or not dead ball, but on the punt, so it just pushed them back. But easily able to race that 15, and it looks like this option-heavy physical run attack is starting to wear down the Wolverines.
Yes, and their defensive line took a lot of damage on the run, on the ground last week against Cody. Not nearly as much here against Evanston, but they're just going to keep going at them, see what they can get.
From the wishbone, 3:35 in the third, 14-7 Evanston. Wide receiver out wide right and wide left in the wishbone. Mara's going to take it. He's going to hand it to the B-back, who is going to get absolutely swallowed up by a host of Wolverine defenders.
Yeah, that was immediately beaten on the offensive line on the defensive line by, it looked like, Bryce Mason and Ryan Cox there. That was quite a big tackle there, too. It looks like they dropped him 2 yards, give or take.
Final from our listening area. Final from Kimmerer. Kimmerer defeats Thermopolis Bobcats by the score of 44-26, and that'll put Thermopolis now at 0-2. I don't know if their first one was a scrimmage or not. I know ours wasn't. Landers was. The snap out of the wishbone, and they're just now muscling for 7 and 8 yards. So it's going to go to 3rd down, though, after the loss and then the bigger gain. It's going to be about 3rd and 3.5 with 2:27 in the 3rd quarter.
And you know that the coach loves this part of the field, the 3 and 4 yard gains that they need. They have all their playbook to look at right now. So expect to see that triple option come into play here. This is probably one of their favorite spots. They don't need a lot of yardage, and they can get it with almost anyone on the field.
So from the wishbone, Morrow, 34 in motion again. He's going to go to his B-back again and easily gets 5 to move the chains. So this is where they've got to find the intestinal fortitude, as they would say. This is where they're going to have to reach down deep and try and find any which way they can to either get the ball out of Evanston's hands or get 3 stops.
3 stops is definitely going to be needed here. And
maybe 4.
And maybe 4. And, now that the rain's gone down, that opportunity for a slick ball really goes away. Doesn't mean that it's not impossible, though.
From the wishbone yet again. Let's see if 34 goes in motion again.
Yes, he
No,
does.
it's a different guy this time. Mara's going wide to his left, and he's going to be tackled after a gain. Could have been tackled for a loss, but it looks like he's going to gain 2.
That is exactly what Coach Anderson was talking about in that pregame interview. The broken tackles have been a detriment to this team. There have been so many spots over the course of the last 2 weeks that they could have gotten someone in the backfield.
2nd and 8 now. 1:17 to play in the 3rd. 14-7, Red Devils over the Wolverines. From the I formation. They changed it up on me this time, Sean. From the I formation, Morrow under center for Evanston. Morrow takes the snap, is going to hand off to his tailback, and he's going to get eaten up by a missed tackle yet again. So he's going to go from 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage all the way out to the 48-yard line. That was, I'm trying to lay eyes on 26. Who that was, 26. Thank you, Sean. 26 would be Brady Roberts. I should know that name by now. And it's going to set up what could have been 3rd and 9 is going to turn into 3rd and about 4 as we go under 35 seconds in the third quarter. Out of the wishbone, back again. Nope, back out of the eye. Snap is going to come tomorrow, but we get a flag, so that is going to be either delay of game or illegal procedure. That's going to go against Evanston, and it is illegal procedure. So they'll back them up 5. So a mistake by Evanston puts it where it should have been if the tackles had been completed.
The Wolverines needed that for sure. They were literally hoping that they could get a little bit more time to catch their breath, and now not only that, they have an extra 5 yards on their side.
But now here's the funny part, Sean. Right now, the way this game has been going and the way Evanston has set it up, 3rd and 9, I don't think this is an obvious pass situation for them.
No, it is not, especially with Brady Roberts pulling off 10, 11, a 17-yard play just one series ago with ease. So be on the lookout. This could be a run just as easily as it could be a pass, and that's what makes this offense so scary.
And we're going to have a timeout on the field here as we are going to face a big-time it's the end of the third quarter. They let it go all the way down. So after 3, 14-7, Evanston Red Devils over the Riverton Wolverines. We will be right back with the final quarter here on KTAK.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression, and I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
And welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton football out of the I formation, 3rd and 9 after the penalty. Morrow is going to look to throw. He's going to go deep, 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 deep. He's got a man, and it's complete. 10-5 touchdown.
Wow,
you don't
what a
get
catch.
much better coverage, but it was dropped right there in the basket.
Number 3 for Evanston, he got it right in the perfect spot. There was absolutely nothing that the defender of Riverton could do, and I was trying to see who that was. It looked like it might have been Cade, but I was wrong on that earlier. And that was just a perfectly placed ball. My goodness, Cohen Morrow.
So, and you just hope with 11:51 left that for Riverton that's not a dagger. You've got to hope at that point, but now you've got to score a lot quicker than you did your first touchdown. Extra point is dropped, and it's going to be picked up by Riverton. Can't advance it. He'd gone down anyway if it was college or pro. So the PAT is no good. So after 3 quarters and 9 seconds. The score is 20 by Evanston Red Devils, 7 by Riverton. We'll be right back here on KTAK.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
And welcome back. 20-7, Evanston over Riverton. A game that just a little bit ago was tied at 7. So 2 quick scores by Evanston, and they're looking to kick off here with 11:51 to go in the ball game. Kick is low and on the ground, hits at the 20, the 15, about the 10, picked up at the 8. And Riverton trying to make something out of absolutely nothing and unable to, only able to get to about the 16-yard line.
Ty has not had very many good opportunities to get the ball.
He had no blocking there. I mean, 5 guys around him. If he beats 5 guys, I know that's easy to do. But if he beats those 5 guys, he's got. Oh, you had to go and say it, didn't you?
Oh, I miss it.
I could eat a.
I could eat a 5 guys right now.
I'd eat a burger. Period. Anybody with a burger, I'll
bring it up to the Crow's Nest at Riverton High School.
I'll have to stop at one of our great Riverton establishments to have one. Out of the gun is DeVries. 11:44 to go in the game. No, he's under center. Excuse me now. Offset I, and we get a timeout by Riverton. Really not what you want to do at this point in time with down 2 scores. We'll take it with them and be right back here on KTAK.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
From the wide open.
And welcome back here. 17 seconds left in the timeout. And, Sean, what do they got to do? They got to score in a hurry. We know that much.
So, Derek, they do trust his legs. And we said it at the beginning of week 1. He is a dual-threat quarterback in the eyes of Coach Troy Anderson. But if he really wants to get that dual threat to be really dual, so to say, he's got to use his arm and he's got to use it accurately here. But he also needs his wide receivers to catch the balls, unlike the last couple times he's thrown to him.
Well, he's got to be on target here. He's going on the offset I with 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Snap. He's going to hand it off to the tailback. They're going to go up middle. He's going to get the 20, about the 22-yard line is where they're going to spot him down. So not a bad decision there to gain 5 on first down. Not fully panicked now, but you do have to move with some sense of urgency if you're Riverton.
No, and Dominic Payne is doing his best to get as many yards as possible, but right now you're down 2 scores. You don't need 3 yards. You can try and get the run game going to open up the passing game, though.
2nd and 5. Out of the offset I again, the offset being to Derek DeVries, the quarterback's left, 2 wide receivers. They're going to snap it, and there's going to be a legal procedure or a false start.
Look like false.
Yeah, I think it is. The safety was pointing at a wide receiver, so the official signals that it is indeed a false start. So we'll back them up basically 5 yards. So the only thing they've got is the half yard that they would have that they gained. I'll spit it out at some point in time. So it's going to set up 2nd and 10. So it's like first down never happened.
And I believe that was the right tackle that was the one flagged for the false start there.
The DBs were pointing at the receiver.
Maybe, but he was lining up there. And I think, they're going to start going back to the shotgun formation where they've had some success.
You ain't got a choice on 2nd and 10, really, and down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. DeVries out of the gun, 2 wide right and left, and we get another one. Another flag on the field, and the side official is signaling that it is another false start.
I wonder how many flags we've had so far. Is there anyone keeping track of that?
At the point in time where you did not need to run into penalty issues, they're running into it.
Definitely, and down 13 points is the last time you want to start collecting flags.
So from a great starting play to get 5 and be ahead of the chain, so to speak, where it would have been 2nd and 5, 2 penalties have now made it 2nd and 15.
And there, slowly backing up to their own end zone here. They cannot afford to go back any further. I know they're on the 12, but they don't want to be caught in the red and black there.
From the 12, DeVries out of the gun, gets the snap, throws it, and again, his receiver does get 2 hands on it. Should have had it. Number 3, Braden Vincent. He should have had it, ladies and gentlemen. But again, DeVries wide right. He's having these guys have to reach back behind their body to grab it on button hooks. So I know part of that is most of these kids are playing both ways. If they don't start both ways, they play significant time both ways. So it's really starting to be a fatigue issue. But like we said earlier, Evanston hasn't traveled with a lot less. So out of the gun, 2 wide, 2 left, and now we're going to get another flag.
This one is on Evanston,
yes,
I believe.
This one is on Evanston. They jumped into the neutral zone there at the line. So we'll go from 3rd and 15 now to 3rd and 10.
Now, I don't want to harp on this because we were talking about it a little bit earlier. The drop passes, you're right. They are going behind his body. They're reaching out a lot. They're getting 2 hands on it. They got gloves on. So if you add up all the positives and the negatives, you still should be catching these footballs no matter where Derek's really putting them if you're getting 2 hands on them. He's had 3 drops in the last three series.
From the gun, Derek with 2 wide, 2 left. 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. He steps up into the pocket under pressure. He's going to keep it now, and he's not going to gain the yardage. In fact, he's going to gain about 4, so give him credit for that.
He didn't feel the pressure behind him.
He does gain 4. So
Evanston's getting up a little limpy here.
They're going to give him 5. So now you're at a discussion that needs to be had looking at 4th and 5 here. Do you punt it, knowing that with the way they run their offense, you're not going to probably get it back twice.
Yeah.
You might get it back once. You're not getting it back twice.
For that much.
At the 9-minute 48, if I'm reading through the goalpost correctly. But it does look like Riverton is going to punt here.
Yes, it does. And I know we mentioned it before, but their punter is their quarterback, so there's always the opportunity that this could be a trick play, but I don't see that coming.
Bad
Low snap.
Bad snap.
No.
And he is going to get sacked back in the backfield.
He got hurt.
And he's going to get thrown around and ragdolled. So absolute disaster. We'd seen a problem earlier.
Yeah,
and
he
we've
got
a guy
backwards.
hurt.
That's Derek.
DeVries is he's getting back up finally, and he's shaking it off. But that's the second bad snap of the night. This one way too low, and on a wet turf, that's going to be real hard to get off. He's unable to, so it'll turn it around to 1st and 10 in the red zone at the 19 for Evanston, and they are now threatening to break it wide open.
Yeah, and I know the beautiful people on the radio cannot see. You can go to WYO today and watch the replay, but he got swung around, and then the top half of his body collided with an Evanston player, bending him backwards. And, that's a gnarly hit. I'm surprised he's up and on the field still.
Out of the I formation, Morrow's going to take the snap, hand it to the tailback, who gets absolute fumble. There's a fumble on the field. Fumble on the field. Who's going to get it? And it fumbled about 8, 9, 10 yards forward.
The bobbled ball is exactly the way you want to put it.
And it's going to stay with Evanston. Now, I do not know the Wyoming rules quite yet on the advancement of a fumble. So evidently they're going to give them that, though, because they're dropping the chain. So it was fumbled and finally picked up, recovered at the 8. The officials are discussing this, but if everything stays, it will be 1st and goal from the 8 for Evanston.
And I can already see it in practice this week. I can already hear Troy Anderson, the coach, talking about trying to capitalize on every opportunity. How many times have we seen Evanston drop the ball on the field only for them to get it, even though Riverton Wolverines are surrounding the ball? That's just one of many times that fumble could have gone the other way, and that's exactly what they need. And it's 1st and goal from the 8 as they are lining up and moving forward. There we go.
From the I formation. 9:09, is it, or is it an 8?
9:05.
9:05 and counting. They're going to hand it off to the tailback out of the I, and or fullback, he's going to gain about 2.
That might have been the first time they used their
second
fullback.
and goal from the 6.
For all their options and all their running backs in the back, that might have been the first time we've seen that player's number called. He is listed as a fullback, I believe. So, you know, they can get it anywhere. They can get the ball into the hands of almost anybody on their offense, and every Red Devil knows how to run in this system. That's something that they're going to have in their advantage for the rest of the season.
8:30 and counting. 2nd and goal from the 6 for the Red Devils, up 20-7. The fourth quarter has been absolutely dominated by them, and they're looking to dominate more. Handoff to the tailback out of the eye. He's going to get down to looks like they're going to spot him at the 2. So it'll set up 3rd and goal from the 2. I thoroughly expected 4-down territory from a team who does this, but somehow, some way, the Riverton Wolverines defense has to find a way to keep them from getting 6 feet.
And like I said, they just need to capitalize on some of these opportunities. Very tall
task this deep into the game. We are in deep water here as we are at, I can't even tell, 7 minutes? You can see around the
7:41. Sorry,
7:40
yes.
to go. From the going back to the option look, hands it to the B-back, touchdown.
And that was 1, 2, 3, easy peasy for their running squad there.
And that was most likely the deal breaker.
There. 26 has been pretty dominant for Evanston in the second half. The first half, I think we talked about it, Riverton was gobbling them up pretty well and getting them in the backfield. But so far, 26, Brady, I believe.
Brady Roberts.
He's just been dominating.
To make the score 26-7. BAT pending. They missed the last one didn't miss it. They never got it off. It is up, and it is good. So, with 7:34 to go in a game that was tight for a good 3 quarters, it has been broken wide open, unfortunately not by the home team, as the Evanston Red Devils now lead the Riverton Wolverines 27-7. We'll be right back with Riverton football here on KTAK.
And near you. Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Welcome back to KTAK's coverage of Riverton High School athletics. We are on 93.9 YouTube and, of course, our homepage, WyoToday.com, both the website and the app. And this has just been a fourth quarter that I'm sure Riverton would like to forget, Sean.
Oh, for sure. And they're going to be talking about this in practice all week, about how they were so close to keeping this game in their own pocket, and now they've just handed it over to Evanston.
27-7, the kick. They're going to squib it. I don't know why they're just going to let it go.
Oh, he touched it and went right out of bounds.
He touched it and went out of bounds. So he could have just let it roll out of bounds and gotten the ball spotted a little bit further. But just at this point, you don't know if it's a deflation where you're getting some lackadaisical effort. I like to think not, though. These guys are going to compete till the end, so we shall see. But it is a tall task. Odder things have happened, but 20-point lead for Evanston with 7:33 to go. And the Wolverines will be scrimmaging from their own 22.
I would imagine Derek's going to start letting it loose here, because no matter what's worse, losing 27-7 and having an interception or two, or losing 27-7 and just going for runs on the first 3 downs.
From the gun, 2 wide left, 2 wide right. DeVries takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, and he's up to the 29 to the 30 before he is wrestled down right just shy of the 30. So call it the 29 and 7/8. Nice gain there of 7 and 7/8 with 7:19 to go in the fourth.
7s and 7s and 7s, and let's see what they can do to get that 7 into a 14 here.
This has been a really quick game. I used to be in games that start at 7:30 and go to like 11. We started at 6, 7:57, and we're barely going to make it, and we're barely going to go over 8 o'clock, it seems. That's what happens when you see a lot of runs. From the gun, he's going to hand off again. They said they wanted to go off tackle to the other side with Payne, and this time Evanston said, no, we've seen this before.
They definitely did see this before. That's all Cody saw last week as well. Just that off tackle, left to right or right to left. That's what they love to run from that shotgun formation. The one thing that Derek DeVries likes to do from the shotgun formation when he's not handing it off to Payne is throw the ball, and we haven't seen him do that yet. So let's see if he's going to do it from shotgun here.
So
third
nonetheless, we're at 3rd and 3 from the 29 7/8. DeVries takes it's going to throw out to his right, and it's going to be eaten alive for no gain, and that might be generous.
And that was number 3, Braden Vincent, that caught the ball. That screen was easily picked apart by the defense of Evanston.
And when you got tired guys right now, guys who play both ways, setting up the blocking for a screen-type pass, it's very difficult. If you've got fresh guys, if you've got 50-ish guys, 40-ish guys on your team, you've got some fresh legs who can come in and set that screen up. But there was nothing there for him, and they are going to go for it. From their own 29 7/8, 4th down and a long 2. DeVries out of gun. He looks to roll to his right. Yes. And it's broken up. I'm sure it'll be declined. I'm sure it's holding, Sean.
It was almost intercepted by number 3 for Evanston.
It was, but at that point, it's one of the few times, bat it down, you get more yardage out of it. I have a feeling it's going to be holding against Riverton here. They're waiting to see it. It is holding. It is declined. And it will be a turnover here at the 29 7/8 of Riverton. 1st and 10, Red Devils. With 5:33 to go. They need to move the goal. They need to have it automatic so it moves out of my way. You know, that wouldn't cost them a lot of money.
No, it would not.
Just to solve what is really a first world inconvenience.
Hey, maybe we could go back to the old days and just push the field goal post into the middle of the end zone.
Like the Canadian Football League.
There you go.
Like it's a 13th or 12th defender. Almost added 2 defenders. From the I formation, I'm expecting run here, but their run is death-defying. Snap is handed off, and he's going to get next to nothing. So good job, Riverton defense, still keeping their heads in this. And it's going to be a no gain, so it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 29 7/8 for Evanston. But I have a feeling we're not going to see them in any hurry to get to the line here.
No, definitely not. And that last play actually looked like it was a little bit of a bobbled handoff. That's why it got off so late. But that was still a great vision by the Riverton defense, not letting them get any sort of movement into the middle of the field there. We're going to have another.
Coming out of the bone, it's going to be a run. It's going to go from Morrow, and we're going to get offsides.
And that was offsides on number 3. Braden's tapping his chest saying that was on me. I just wanted to get the blitz going correctly, and he was just a hair too early.
Well, and his wonderful portrayal or acting job, you're our film critic, obviously, over at the Ranger, by the offensive lineman who acted like he'd been run over by a semi-truck.
It's always funny to see some of these offensive linemen make jokes because they don't get as much press as the rest of the other team.
We've got a score from Powell. Lander Valley up there at the in the second quarter. Lander has taken a 7-3 lead. Out of the wishbone. Morrow looking to run the option, and he took a little bit of a hit, but instead of wrapping up, he's gonna gain after the penalty. Actually, no gain there, so it'll set up 3rd and 5 from the 25. So the non-offsides play, it's been a pretty good defensive stand here by a very tired Riverton team. But, in fairness, though, Evanston didn't bring any more kids either.
No.
And, so they're tired, too.
This is the first time we've seen the Riverton sideline pretty much chock full of players right now.
I don't want to say it's like – I don't want to dismiss Evanston and just say it's like, they got 80 players. They don't. They have about the same, about 26 dressed tonight. We were told in the pregame show that they were going to dress a few more. We never got a lot more out of them, but a few more. And they did. They went from about 23 dressed last week to about 26. A lot of the JV team and stuff like that, maybe the Froshmore as well, out there in their jerseys but in jeans watching the action. So it's 2nd and 10, so the foul, there was a penalty, I'm guessing, and it was an illegal procedure. So we'll redo 2nd and 10 here from the pistol-type formation.
Just over 4 minutes.
Morrow will roll to his right. He's going to throw. He's got a guy open, and he drops it. I'm starting to realize why they don't throw a lot.
Well, same with Riverton. There's just been drops on drops on drops all day.
This one was right in the bread basket.
This one was right in the chest,
Right in the bread basket.
He didn't even have to really move that much. He just had to put his hands down below his stomach, and it would have been Right, first down, just right there easily.
4:01 to go in the game.
This is just blown by.
27-7. Evanston in no hurry. Now it doesn't matter because the clock stopped. But I do expect them to at least look at a pass or at least show something of a pass here on 4th down. I'm assuming it's Morrow still on the field. Their radio guy's calling it, so they would know. But I haven't been able to lay a number, and they just subbed quite a bit. So we shall see. The quarterback's going to take the snap, run to his right. He's sealed in. The pitch at the 25 to the 20 to the 18, right at the 17. That is going to be
34.
a first down for Gio Cervantes.
It was a pretty nice placed pitch there right before he got tackled. And
so he went out of bounds, so stop the clock at 3:54, but it will be 1st and 10.
And the coach, the defensive coordinator, I can see him down there for Riverton, holding up his arms saying, guys, we had them. It was 3rd and 10. They had them wrapped up. They had the quarterback wrapped up. You knew the option pitch was coming, and it still got them 10 yards. That's just something to be said about Evanston's strong running game more than anything.
1st and 10 out of the wishbone. I have a feeling we're going to see this and the power eye, not the power eye, but the offset eye quite a bit. Snap, handoff to the fullback, who's going to get to about the 20, about the 15 actually, and that'll be a gain of about 3.5 to 4. We'll call it 4, and we'll set up a 2nd and 6 for Evanston. And now you're seeing they're in no hurry to do anything. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't be either.
And this is one of those moments, I know I'm not coaching, I'm not on the sideline there, but you have a couple sophomores and freshmen and JV kids, they got their pads on for Riverton. Throw them in the game. See what they can do. Maybe they're fresh legs. Bring something different. These kids are tired on this defense right now for Riverton, but they're going to keep them out there and see if they can try and get the stop.
Coming out in the wishbone yet again. 3:07 and counting. Man in motion. Snap is going to be a handoff by Morrow, and he's going to be at the 10, the 9, the 8. And he's going to be dragged down is Kai Barker. Lichty, excuse me.
I can tell you what the motto of this week's practice is going to be: broken tackles. You got to stop having so many missed tackles on defense. Can't tell you how many times we've seen Riverton arms wrapped around an Evanston player and nothing happening.
2:57, clock is moving. Reminder that this was a one-score game this quarter.
This quarter, yeah.
It was a tied game for almost all the third. So this did not turn into what I think a lot of people around the state expected it to on paper until the end. Some of that is depth, some of that could be conditioning, but the biggest thing is the team now, adversity. They're trying to learn to overcome it. That's our thing. Going to pass is Morrow. He throws into the end zone for a touchdown. Kind of surprised they threw there, but I don't know what the situation is as far as the players they have in.
Their offense just wants to get off the field too.
I hate to say I'm a Southern boy yet again, but I remember when Steve Spurrier once said, they said, well, why did you score so much on him? He's like, well, they should try not to stink so bad, but he used a different word. So
Spurrier.
So it's 33, the old ball coach. If he's listening, we'd love for him to join us on air.
Hey, write a chat in the comment page.
Yeah. The snap is down, and the kick is up and good. So is now 34. Oh, I'm going into the wrong thing to change the score here. It is now 34-7. And the saddest part for me is that these kids and the people who didn't come to the game, including their fellow students or stuff, are going to think that this was just like the first 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and it was definitely not. We got 3 games of quarters of well executed overall, well X and O'd out by the coaches and well executed by the players, but also well thought out. Everybody playing, just do their job, as Nick Saban used to say. Not a lot of mistakes. Forced some mistakes when they made them, and it was well played for 3 quarters. And then the bottom fell out, which is better. And the reason we're saying stuff, we're not trying to be pie in the sky here. No. But the reason we're saying this is better is because the past 2 weeks, it's been over by the end of 1. By the end of the first quarter, it was over. It was just the talent level, the sheer professionalism, if you will, of those teams, especially Cody and how well they operated. This is a team that is getting better, and it deserves your support. So come on out here. We've got the kickoff here with 2:24 to go. Two-man back. They're gonna let it hit the ground again instead of catching it, and it dribbles down to the 6, picked up, and I can't lay an eye on who it is, but he's only gonna get to the 19. So big-time mistake there. Run up, try and kick it. Don't let it squirt across this wet AstroTurf. Well, it's not AstroTurf anymore. This wet artificial turf, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 19, 34-7 being the deficit.
And we're talking about the talent level. So this was an 0-2 team facing an 0-2 team. So one of these teams was going to get the dub tonight. But next week is not going to be easy for Riverton. W is not. They were looking for the W.
We got some non-cool listeners, including myself.
So next week when they play Star Valley, they're 2-0 and they are currently beating Sugar Salem. So
it doesn't get any easier. In fact, today some people were telling me that their belief is that Star Valley is maybe the one team out here who can challenge Cody. They'll have to impress me for me to say that. But on first down, it's going to be a run, and they're going to gain about 2 to set up 2nd and 8 at their own 21, and we are under 2 minutes.
Now, the good news is after Star Valley, they have Rollins, which they did beat last year, so knock on wood. They can maybe have a game similar to this where they can put something together pretty strong, but they need to focus right now on minimalizing – well, start focusing on Star Valley, but minimalizing the mistakes that they made in this fourth quarter.
Snap is
low. Snap right there is one of them.
Picked up off the ground. Going to be a handoff, and it's going to be a, let's call it generously, no gain. So set up 3rd and 8 from the 21, and we're quickly under a minute 25 to play.
Another thing outside of the broken tackles and the mistakes that they've had with the snaps, especially that punt that turned into a run because of the low snap, can't have those against teams like Star Valley. Otherwise, it is going to be over by the first quarter. But they just need to capitalize on some of the good things that happened in the first 2 quarters. Their well-executed offensive plans, their runs were going well, their passes were being caught. It's just all falling apart here in the fourth.
From the gun, DeVries is going to throw out to nobody. He either threw it too quickly or the receiver didn't break his route off in time. And
that's not DeVries, that's Jackson Larson. He's their backup quarterback. Yeah.
Jackson Larson was way right. Now, it looked like that's where the receiver was headed, so I don't know if it's thrown too early. He should have let him, got a little antsy, should have let him complete his route, or if the route was just not well run. So 55 seconds left, and it is 4th and 7. They're going to say they did gain a yard on 2nd down from the 22. And I expect, nope, we're not going to get a punt here either. We're going to get shotgun formation, 2 wide right, 2 wide left, 1 protection back for Larson. Snap is nice and clean, and he's going to look outside and throw a wounded duck on that one. Almost had him, but if he'd had a little more zip on him, he might have gotten it to him. It just fluttered out of his hands, and it'll be a turnover on down with
50 seconds left.
49.9 seconds left. Yeah. We're exact, Sean.
49.99 seconds
now,
left.
Here's the thing. While I would go ahead and say, okay, they threw last time, okay, because I'm sure they had their backups in and those guys want to play. I'm expecting a knee here if you're Evanston, or at least like just a running play.
True, and
I don't expect Tripp stacked wide right.
You never know. Their starting quarterback is still in there. Morrow is still in there like he was last.
In fairness, I don't think they actually travel with much of a backup. It's an emergency backup. I think it's one of the freshmen. So, we are in. I hate to say it because it's not my team doing it here, but it's my favorite formation when my team does it. It's my least favorite formation when the other team does it.
Your team
Victory formation, takes a knee, and so they'll be able to do that one more time, and that'll be the ball game. We want to give a special shout-out to all of our sponsors like Gunners, Hampton Inn, Teton Therapy, Pepsi and Gatorade, all of those, of course, Wyoming DOT and their Buckle Up and Click It or Ticket campaigns. We want to thank them greatly. So we've got 25 seconds left. They will take one more knee, will the Evanston Red Devils, and that will be the ball game. The snap is good, and knee is taken. So the Red Devils of Evanston come into Riverton. For 3 quarters, they had one heck of a game on their hands.
They did.
The fourth quarter, they dominated. Final score, 34-7. We'll be right back after these messages with the Click It or Ticket postgame show here on KTAK.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
And welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show here on WYO Today Media and KTAK. We're really excited. This game showed a lot of improvement. That's going to be kind of the market thing from an analyst type of view, is that it was a much better start to the game for the Riverton Wolverines, coming out, scoring on their first possession. Good game plan by the coaches, and it was a tight ball game up until the very, very end of it all, and that being the fourth quarter, and that's when it blew them out. So we do want to hope people who are tuning in late don't think this was the way the game went. They score. It's actually one of those few games where I can say it was closer than the score kind of shows it. Riverton was in this game in the fourth quarter, and then just I don't know the difference, or it was conditioning, talent, what have you. Evanston was able to take control, and that is Evanston's game plan. Let's be real. Evanston's game plan is to be a wishbone, offset I formation type team. They want to run it. They want to run it down your throat. They are fine in the first quarter with getting 3 because they know in the second quarter they'll get 4 and 5. Third quarter they'll get 6 and 7, and then they'll get 8 to 10 in the fourth. That is how they are built. That is how a lot of small teams all over this country build themselves around, is a powerful running game. Derek DeVries had a pretty good night. It wasn't great, had a lot of drops, but that's to be expected on the first real cold night of the season, and it's only going to get colder. Hopefully it'll warm up a little bit before that, but and a game in the rain, which Riverton does not get a lot of rain. It's a very dry area and got some rain tonight, so a little bit different type situation than the past 2 weeks. But your Wolverines came out, fought with pride, and had this as a ball game, a chance to pull an upset going into the fourth. Again, just some as part of the Click It or Ticket post-game show, we do have Du Bois fell earlier today on the game of the week, and 44, and Thermopolis fell to Kimmer 44-26. I'm trying to get you a score from earlier today. And I don't seemingly have it for the Du Bois game, but and also Lander JV game. Lander JV fell 42-0. So it's been another great night of Friday Night Lights. Do not go anywhere here on KTAK and WYO Today. We are going to have our Papa Murphy's Player of the Game and our Gatorade Player of the Game here in just a few moments. We'll be right back with that here on KTAK.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
And we are here with our Papa Murphy's Player of the Game here on the Click It or Ticket postgame show here on KTAK. We are joined by none other than Derek DeVries, the quarterback and the punter, and what else?
Outside linebacker, 200.
So today, different game than the past 2 weeks. Had a chance late into the game. What has been the difference in the improvement of this team from week to week, especially between week 2 and 3?
I think we're really coming together as a team. We're learning to play as one, not being selfish out there. So, we're coming off 2 hard losses from Powell and Cody. Learned a lot. They're good teams, but this one should have been ours. We just lacked confidence coming in. We, let some plays happen on defense that shouldn't.
Well, and it happens, and the team is definitely growing. What can you say about Dominic Payne, the rushing performance between last week and this week, much improved?
No, yeah. Our line got some great pushes today for Dominic so that he could get his yards, do his thing. He's a really good running back, so if we can keep opening up those holes for him, then he's going to be doing that all season.
So next week, we play at noon. That, I think, just by his face, if you can see it perplexes everybody. I don't get it. So, but you've got a slightly shortened week playing at noon. So, what can you tell about what you expect for this season? Let's get some fans out here. Granted, it was remarkably cold, going from 95 to 55 in a day and being wet. So, what was it like being a Riverton kid, we're known to be dry, to be playing with a wet football?
It's pretty fun playing in the rain, though. On the lights, you see it coming down, but it is tough. The balls get slick. A lot of fumbles happen in this game, The weather does affect it quite a bit.
All right, well, congratulations again, Derek, on your Papa Murphy's Player of the Game. Folks, we'll be right back with the Gatorade Player of the Game here on KTAK.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show here on KTAK. We are joined by special guest Coach Anderson. Coach Anderson, tough loss, but some positive as far as team was in it going into the fourth.
Yeah.
So talk about the improvement you saw from the team and then what happened in the fourth.
Yeah, I mean, consistency, right, I think you asked for. There's definitely positive dial movement offensively. That thing I talked to pregame about, and I think it's really common to happen in a high school game, especially your first home game, is you can get a little bit on top of yourself mentally. and I think we probably did that a little bit in the second half. I'm really proud of them. We've made some fourth down stops already this season up in Powell and stuff, but those fourth and shorts that they put in the game today were really well. I think there's still some things from a fundamental football things that we want to tie up both offensively and defensively. But again, we just got to put all those pieces together. I told them at halftime they're in a game, and that's a forward step to me as far as to be in that 7-7 game. We need to figure out how to close the game.
Absolutely. And next week we've got kind of a weird situation, which everybody's been asking us, why are we playing at noon or 12:30? Don't know if we have an answer for that, but how do you kind of prep kids who are used to Friday night lights to play at lunch?
It's really, I don't know. It's the state of football. There's a lot of things happening. You got referee issues and things like that. So I'd never occurred to me that it's a big deal. I've played daylight games my whole life, until the college level. But so that didn't seem weird to me. But maybe it's a nice change of pace and to be out and I would hope maybe we'll get some more student section out. So that'd be awesome.
We have been lobbying. Well, I've been hoping. Me and my wife have been talking to home that they would let the students come to that game.
Pretty awesome.
Because it could be one raucous home field advantage.
It could be awesome.
And be nice. So also one of the things we asked Derek and we'll ask you as well, Coach, is in an area that you don't get to practice in a lot of rain because Riverton doesn't get a lot of rain.
Pretty arid, yeah.
And yet you come out your first home game and you've got a pretty solid wet field the whole time, wet ball the whole time.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for something like that when you look going, it's a 15% chance of rain and then it basically rains most of the game?
Yeah. I trust my dudes. The weatherman, I guess, was maybe a little bit off. It was supposed to stop pregame. It was supposed to be done pregame. So, I think just basic ball security stuff. I don't think we had too much issue with it. We got that one on them that we weren't able to recover over there, and that was really late in the game. I don't know what the issue was there, if we forced it or if it popped loose on their half. But we were hoping to get some more just with the ball handling involved with an option offense, and that didn't quite turn out for us.
Well, we thank you, Coach. Remember, next week, companies let people off at noon. Let them come out for lunch and watch the Wolverines play football here at home. We'll be right back to wrap things up and also present our Gatorade Player of the Game. Here, we want to thank Coach Anderson for joining us here on KTAK.
Thank you.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Moreland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
And welcome back to KTAK's continuing coverage of Riverton high school sports. We are at the tail end of this game tonight, and we are at the tail end of our post-game show as well. Our Gatorade Player of the Game unable to join us tonight, and that's one of the reasons we got Coach up here, as I'm sure it was a pretty intense post-game and will continue to be, is Nick McIntosh. Nick McIntosh, the receiving end of the touchdown from Derek DeVries. Derek DeVries, obviously our Papa Murphy's Player of the Game. So thank you to Gatorade and Papa Murphy's for supplying them with a little thing to take home with them, as well as sponsoring the Players of the Game. So we appreciate that. So next week on KTAK, we are going to be starting at noon with our pregame and 12:30 kickoff here during the daytime. Companies that can, I'm not telling everybody shut down their businesses because I understand life goes on. And as much as I love football, life still has to happen. But if you can't afford to let people take an extra long lunch or something on that Friday, let them come out here and support these kids. They need it. As you heard Derek DeVries say, confidence is not high for them yet. They haven't learned how to finish a game off yet. So what to see a packed stadium, a loud stadium, and teachers and school administrators, please let the students all come to this game. You know, if they don't want to come to the game, make them go to the library and do extra 10-page papers.
There you go.
But get them out here, get them loud. Star Valley is no slouch. But if Riverton can improve like they did this past week, they will have a chance to pull what would be a pretty giant upset, actually. But that'll be at 12:30 on KTAK and the YO Today YouTube page, YO Today homepage, and YO Today app that you can get on any of your app stores on Apple or Samsung or Google Pixel or what have you.
All above.
Sean, we got some other games in Fremont County. Who's Lander got?
So Lander's actually going to be playing at home against the team we just saw beat Riverton. So just like they are facing against Powell right now, they are going to be facing against Evanston next week. So they'll get to see how Lander stacks up against two teams that Riverton stacked up against. On that same night, September 16th, actually during the day, Shoshone's going to be at St. Stephen's. Remember, St. Stephen's fielding a football team kind of late, but it's going to still be a good game between the defending 9-man state champions. St. Stephen's is going to be looking for everything they can. And then on Saturday, DuBois is going to be at Encampment at 2 p.m. So that'll be a fun game. DuBois obviously losing today on our Fremont County Game of the Week. They're looking to bounce back. And Wind River will be at home against Riverside at 6 p.m. And then Wyoming Indian is going to be on Saturday at Rocky Mountain. And Thermopolis on Friday afternoon is going to be playing Mountain View. So be sure you'll be able to catch some of those. I'm going to tell you here that there's going to be quite a few good games next week, and you'll be able to hear them all. The Fremont County Game of the Week will be Riverside at Wind River at 3 p.m. Friday. So
some early games on Friday, so that'll be good. Of course, this is kind of one of my favorite weekends of the year because you got Friday Night Lights. Tomorrow you got college that started last week, and on Sunday a full day of NFL.
Football.
So if you're a football fan, you're just loving it. But come on out here next Friday or catch us on KTAK or YO Today. We also want to give a special shout-out to our board operators tonight, Mrs. Rusty Harris and Miss not Leanne, I almost called you Leanne. Lane Sanderson. So thank you for that, gals. Thank you back. They make everything possible for us to do. So on behalf of everybody over at KTAK, the Ranger, Lander Journal, and Wind River News, we want to say thank you. And for me and Sean, good night, and we'll see you next week.
My name is Sarah Lowe, and I have been in law enforcement in Fremont County for 13 years. I didn't know much about therapy in general until I got injured in October of 20 chasing a cow. So I had to get shoulder surgery. And after my surgery with Fremont Orthopedics, I went to Fremont Therapy. And they were really excited to see you. So it was a really warm, welcoming experience. We tried all sorts of different methods to increase and make sure I had the best mobility for my job. Rachel's a firecracker. She's just a little spitfire. It was fantastic, a great environment to go and have your therapy.
Gourmet pizza in a flash. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton makes your pizza to order. Order online at papamurphys.com or in store. Delicious, fresh-made pizza just the way you want it. Papa Murphy's is a proud supporter of local student athletes.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at